We're recording! Hello everyone, I'm Clint, I'm the DM, I'm a little drunk. With me today I have...
I'm Kevin, I play Domino, and I'm getting drunk too.
I feel fucking left out. I'm David, I'm playing Crannom, the human fighter, and I'm not drunk.
Yeah. Aww. I'm Jacob, I'm playing Turok, the Goliath fighter.
I'm Andrew playing Uriel, the human fighter.
Alright.
Oh, Domino's a fighter monk.
And Kyle's also playing somebody.
Yes.
Kyle's in the game too.
Yes, I am.
Clint's drunk.
I am playing
Got a lot of
Cassius,
whiskey today.
the swashbuckling ranger.
What's your name?
Cassius.
My name's Kyle.
Yeah, you damn well know it is.
Alright, it's been a couple weeks. Who remembers what happened? I remember what happened, I've been doing it. So last time you guys stormed the keep of Ardar Hargu, the unspoken, unofficial leader of the Wasp, and you just fucking tore his place apart, like just in a shocking display of like supernatural weaponry and violence, and just like I think you started out by Turok pulling Ardar Hargroove into the shadow zone and then popping him out, and at that point he had like 3 hit points left, and then you stabbed him and he was dead. Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
I think at one point Donjen, his main guard, was just like, nope, I'm hands behind my head, I'm done, I'm out. And she's an impressive fighter in her own right. She's rather high level, but she wasn't gonna fuck with that shit.
Seems legit.
And then you guys left. There were golems, there was some gold, there was a trap with a Thunderwave spell glyph and some bottles of oil and some flames and stuff. And you guys were kind of like, what? But that was fun for me to create. I had a lot of fun coming up with that one. Even if you guys didn't do it.
Even if my players wrecked it all.
Even if you backed it up. So it is now the 7th of 5th month. It's been 2 days since you annihilated Breakwater. You're currently in the Wasp area. Like you could just like you're an hour away from the main gate. And you're in the city. You're heading southwest towards Crannom to try and find Dovos Manoth, who supposedly has the Shadow Blade and the Cloak of Spring, and used them during his time in the Great Games. After defeating all the guards and everything at Breakwater, you looted supplies, so you have ample supplies, like 100 days worth of supplies. Are you going to head directly to Crannom, or do you want to make a pit stop at Wasp, or...
Crannom's fine. Definitely not Willows.
Definitely not Wasp, that's good.
Yeah, the power vacuum's gonna be odd. We should have that settle for
Yes.
years.
Yes.
We shouldn't go back.
And there are lots of people who are going to want to speak with the dead, that's...
We probably should have took that corpse. We left a lot of them, it probably doesn't matter.
There's a lot of corpses.
It's really hard to remove all that evidence.
Yeah, you would have...
We should have burned it.
Should have burned
Burned it all. Burned it like the toilet.
Just leveled the place.
Wow.
What keep? I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
wanted to start a fire, but...
We tried. It didn't work.
So, I take it Crannom wasn't involved in these shenanigans.
Oh, Crannom was there.
Okay.
Actually, we completely So one of the things I meant to tell you guys last time was, when we're dealing with players who aren't there, and we're dealing with NPCs, because we have a lot of NPCs and we do have players who aren't there, one of the things I want to start doing is, rather than have someone manage their character or just hand wave that they're not here, what I'm going to say is, because Canathar is a up close fighter, and any time during any encounter, one of you guys can say, I use Canathar as a flanking buddy. And then Canathar's there, and he's your flanking buddy, and you have advantage. And that persists for the entirety of the encounter.
Okay.
Seem reasonable? And we'll do that with all the other NPCs, because the 2 cousins that are still living are archers, they'll reduce the hit points of a single group of enemies. Because Metris is an up-front melee fighter, you can do the same thing as with Canathar. That way, the NPCs and the missing players are still there, but they're not oh, we gotta roll this and we gotta roll that, and how many hit points do they have, and do we have their character sheet? It's just kind of a way to hand wave that they're not there, but they're there for the sake of the story.
I think that's perfect.
That'll work.
I had discussed this with Kevin 4 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot to mention it last session.
Seems legit.
This is so good. I want to drink all of it.
Do it.
But then what am I going to day drink tomorrow?
You can always dig.
You can go to Meyer.
It's true. I do live right by Meyer.
He will be too drunk to go to mine.
Heather's right on my Pokemon route at night. Heather goes to bed and like I Pokemon for like an hour and a half around Shields.
Yes.
So,
I don't know. Yeah, we've never played Pokemon Go together.
hey, are you doing anything tomorrow? Because Heather and I are thinking about going out and trying to find some Mewtwo raids.
They're not out yet.
When are they out?
The 23rd. The 23rd.
Okay, then we're not going out to Pokemon tomorrow.
Thanks for ruining their day.
Thanks for
Sorry.
your day.
Well, it's better than going out looking for them and not finding them.
Well, she wants to get a Moltres. Like, she
Yeah,
never got
those are out.
She never got a Moltres when they first came around.
Then they were just around again.
Yeah, she didn't get them.
Come to Frankenmuth, they're all over.
If we do go Pokemoning, I'll let you know. So,
Got to the story.
back to the story. It's the 7th of 5th month. You guys are heading to Crannom to find Dovo's Manor. 14 days pass. It's now the 21st of 5th month. 4,033 DOS. You're slightly less than halfway to Crannom, moving southwest along the coast. Travel's been fairly uneventful. You were being trailed for a few days by a small flock of what was probably flying dragons. But they were just like lizards the size of desert raptors, so like maybe 20, 30 pound lizards like flying through the air, like kind of hunting you, but like not like getting all up in your grill.
Not like killing you.
They acted kind of like you would stop for the day, and they would kind of like stop as well, and they would just kind of like watch you guys with like they wouldn't hunt anything. They would just like stare at you guys.
Like, hopefully one of them dies and we just leave them.
That didn't happen.
See
But
what
that
you
is
guys-
you've all imbibed the.
Can I make a nature check to see if that's normal?
No, it's not normal.
Yeah, I didn't think that was normal.
It's because you guys imbibed the blood.
It's his fault.
How the fuck is it my fault?
You're carrying dragons around. What do you mean?
No, you guys imbibed the blood of everlasting spring.
Oh, so now they hunt us.
Now dragons hunt you.
I forgot about that.
And this is
So,
whoa,
That can't help.
I might have missed this fucking detail.
No.
What are
I've been
those?
very clear. Don't worry, it'll be fine. You'll be fine.
This seems like an awful idea now.
Yeah, I mean,
Did Karn imbibe?
oh fuck yeah, he did.
Oh, he imbibed.
You imbibed the fuck out of it.
Anyway,
So let's be clear here.
dragons are going to hunt you guys now because you have imbibed the blood
And
of everlasting
For,
spring.
for the people at home, I am currently carrying
2 dragon eggs.
2 dragon eggs.
It'll be
that are
fine, or it won't.
close to being hatched.
You'll find out. It'll have an effect. It may be positive. It may be negative.
Maybe they'll
but
imprint on you.
It'll be a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's best case Ontario, but I mean,
It's so good.
There's a lot of them, so we can murder them. He said they're gonna be tiny.
I don't want to kill my.
So
fucking
it's the
baby.
21st of the 5th month. You're all sitting down to have a meal while resting to avoid the hottest part of the day, and Kandara and Metris bring out some foodstuffs.
Hooray.
It's a huge plate piled with like sliced flatbread and a clay bowl full of some kind of sugary, cinnamony stuff, like dipping sauce almost. It is dipping sauce. And a pile of like sugared dates. And Kandara has like 4 like jugs of wine, like really expensive wine, like she like secretly bought in Walasp. Like this is the kind of wine that's like 100 gold a jug.
Oh.
And she sets the stuff, and they set this plate of flatbread and the cinnamony dipping sauce and the wine in front of Uriel. And Kandara says, "Happy birthday, Uriel," because it's the 21st of 5th month, which is May. May 21st.
I was like, did I even like say a birth date for my character?
Yeah, May 21st is your birthday, right? Yeah. It's Uriel's birthday.
How old is he?
How old is Uriel?
21, I guess.
All right, cool.
Good enough.
Happy birthday, Uriel! It's 21st birthday. Here's the wine.
Happy birthday, Uriel!
Happy birthday!
So you guys all have snacks and stuff, and it's
They're-
very
they're-
delightful. The wine is super, super great.
Wow, it doesn't hurt me when we drink it.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like battery acid. I don't know what battery acid is. I live in a fantasy world. So, that's the 21st of 5th month. Anything else you guys want to do to celebrate Uriel's birthday?
I get him drunk as I
Is there anything he wants to do?
Just
Something?
fucking
What
drunks.
does Uriel do on his
What
birthday?
does Uriel do? What does he want to do?
You want to dig a latrine or something, or like?
from. Do you want to wrestle a dragon?
You want to hire strippers?
We
Where are we?
could get a little
In the
dragon.
middle of the fucking desert along the coast.
So we're not hiring strippers, sorry.
Wanna go swimming?
We could. I mean, just open the landing a few times.
Oh boy.
Get really excited then. So, 17 more days pass. It is the 6th of 6th month, 4033 DOS. The day is only notable because Carnon's dragon eggs hatch.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun.
So tell us, Crannom, what's the situation? You have the eggs, you feel them start to squirm. Do you just fucking chuck them? Do you put them in a wagon? Are you there with them? Like, what do you... How does Crannom react to these eggs starting to squirm?
You know, I think you would. Think you'd make a little nest for him, kind of. You know, in the sand.
Like out in the sand rather
Yeah,
than...
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe put some rocks under him, you know, so they aren't coming out, you know, all slimy and getting sand all over.
Yeah, like a little rock pile that's been baking in the sun. Like, just set the eggs on it.
Sure.
Okay.
They like that.
Yep.
They like that.
Yeah, you know, something.
Okay.
You know, stop the wagons, you know.
Dragons like that.
Do you guys all like cluster around? Like, is this a private thing Crannom does alone, or
He doesn't have to do it alone. He's alright.
Domino's kind of like.
Well, I've never seen dragons hatch, so I'm in.
Domino's kind of like. He's not like telling you, like, oh, but he's like to himself, man, this is a bad idea. It's a good idea. Don't worry about it. But he's not trying to actively stop.
Still think we should give him a crank. Cause that dragon we fought was big, right?
yeah?
So these are gonna get big, right?
Oh yeah. Dragons get as big as their food supply allows.
Oh, they're like goldfish.
Giant venomous goldfish.
Perfect.
Mine,
but you're all good. Yeah.
Good. Thanks. I appreciate it.
I brought them like 2 sessions ago. Nobody drinks them.
I'll drink.
I tried.
I got them for free though, so I'm not butthurt.
I'll drink the fuck out of them. From the brewery.
We had them on special, but they couldn't sell them, so they gave them to me.
Seems legit. I've never had it actually. So yeah, that's what Crannom does.
Okay.
And he gets beer because he feels left out.
Yeah, mine did that too. I don't know what that's about.
It's probably part of the reason they didn't sell.
They are fairly old.
Yeah, they are.
Science.
Anyway,
Crazy how nature do that.
you just clip this part of the recording out. Sorry.
No, I'm not stopping it. This is all live.
Yeah.
This is what the people want.
This is real.
Dave turned it into a shit show.
Oh,
spilling
what?
beer all over his
6 of our
dice.
viewers, not 7. Nope.
Hey, the first video from this campaign got 37 views.
How many times
did.
did you watch it?
I watched it twice.
36. Did you guys how many views the Pathfinder video got?
What?
How many views the first Pathfinder video got? Like 260.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You serious?
Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
Right? Got like 2 subscribers that aren't people we know.
Whoa!
What?
Wow.
Hey, if you're watching,
When do we get
thank
ads?
you.
We fucking love you.
You're beautiful people.
So,
Right. I got enough of it.
yes,
Alright, I might
Cassius
get a
was
little beer,
standing.
sorry.
I'm Clint. I'm not the DM of the Pathfinder campaign, but oh my god, how great are the Pathfinder playtest rules?
Comment below.
Don't worry about it. Shadow.
I don't know, I still haven't learned them.
Don't worry about it. Shadows.
I am the DM of the Pathfinder playtest.
I've made like 6 Pathfinder characters, and they are amazing.
From the playtest?
I've been experimenting a little with the rules, mostly with goblins.
That's a good start. With that,
If that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned, because I think that's what this group's going to do next.
Pathfinder again? I love it.
Pathfinder
Playtest.
2.
Oh, much
Electric
different.
Boogaloo.
So,
Still
I'll
got
kind of stand back a
Before I
little
forget
bit,
this.
but curiosity gets the best of me, and I do want to watch these hatch too.
Hatch that egg.
even though I don't want this to happen, yeah, I'm definitely like in the background.
So are you?
What's
Have
going
you
on?
guys made this clear to me that you don't want eggs hatching?
It's too late now. The eggs are hatching.
No, I know. Like,
I think when you took them, I said this is a bad idea, but like I haven't been like a dick about it or anything.
okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no,
I don't
haven't.
really get to weigh much in
I
on
wanna
input on
understand.
what good and bad ideas are.
So Crannom has these 2 eggs, and these eggs are about like maybe 10 inches long, like big,
Big motherfucker.
big eggs. He's got a little pile of stones that have been warming in the sun all day, and like they're kind of squirming and rolling.
And this is like built maybe a way that
Maybe like a stone box.
what's his name?
Herbert?
Yeah, Herbert would explain to me maybe how
A dragon
a
might
good
hatch.
good way to get them to hatch.
Dragon nests typically involve hot areas.
Yeah,
So
so
the
I'm
mother
generating
dragon
a
just
hot
like-
area.
The mother dragon just squats, drops the eggs, and
I can't
the
do
heat,
that though.
the ambient heat of the area. So like stones that have been cooking in the sun all day. That's not a bad starting point for you.
Figured it sounded good.
So these eggs are kind of squirming, and like cracks are starting to form, and you can see like the egg tooth of the dragons like poking and prodding. This Crannom are you like hovering like do you start like prying like bits of egg off to like let them get out easier, or do you just let them struggle their way out?
I want it to be clear to them that I'm the first thing they're gonna see, but
Okay.
I'm not helping them out.
Okay.
If you hold their hand now, you're going to hold their hand forever.
Right.
You teach a dragon to fish, and it'll fish forever. I don't know.
All right. So these little like. So that's.
Said it wrong. It's
It's
fine.
actually something in nature. They when you're hatching eggs, like even like just normal stuff like chickens and stuff, you don't help them at all.
Nope.
The minute you help them, you've caused deformities and
Yep.
like
Let 'em do
you
it
can
naturally.
you can take like once the egg shell piece is broken off, you can like lift the shell piece off, but you can't like break any of the shell for them.
Nope. Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, because their bones are basically still rubber at that point.
Yep. They need
So
the muscles.
it's a
to-
struggle. This process is not easy for these little dragons. They are, like it takes them work. It takes them maybe half an hour of just like using their egg tooth and just like trying to force themselves out of this egg. And eventually they do get out of the eggs, and there are these just like little like 8-inch long like little lizards, just like slimy, covered in egg yolk, just like breathing heavily, lying on these warm rocks. So, they're very skinny, very flexible, light green scales. They look like they're baby spiny dragons. Like their scales are little raised diamonds. Like those goth belts like that kids had in like the 90s and the early 2000s and stuff with like the metal studs that I totally didn't have. It's like their whole hide is like one of those. Kind of like a pale, light green, yellow kind of color. And like they're just like gasping for air, like, and like eventually like they kind of like shake their bodies and like get their breath back and like kind of recover from the horribly difficult process of busting out of these eggs, and they're just like looking around, just like hissing at everything, like spinning in circles, just like flicking their tongues out, tasting the air, just like fucking. Like this big, like they see Crannom and they're like,
So did I?
You should have a paper mache dragon mask made for this.
Did I have any kind of?
We had the.
I guess I would assume I would
Oh
have
my God.
Give it to the
prepared
Dawn
for
of Wasp though.
maybe some raw meat or something.
that's my next question.
As a wedding gift.
Like, do you have like maybe you collected like a bucket of beetles earlier in the day? Like,
Yeah,
maybe you
sure.
grabbed some beetles or something.
Sure.
Like, okay, are you
I'm gonna toss them at them.
okay?
I'm not
Are
gonna-
are you fully armored up, or like you barehanded and like being up close by them?
I would say I'm barehanded, but I have my armor
Okay. So you're like,
Yeah, let them smell you.
on. Right. I wouldn't have taken all my armor off.
so you're like tossing like little beetles for them, and they're
Yeah.
like darting all over and like and just like fucking just tearing the suckers
Fuck
apart.
yeah.
Like they're like their claws aren't the big deal right now. Like their little tiny claws, their teeth, which are still venomous for spiny dragons right now, are the big thing. And their venom right now is as lethal as an adult's. It's a significantly smaller amount, but like most baby lizards and reptiles and snakes and that kind of thing, they don't have like any control over how much venom they inject, so they just pump it all into their first target, which is kind of evens out to why they're as toxic and deadly as an adult. So
Okay.
that's another.
Make sure you let him bite like a pillow first, and then you mess with him.
I mean,
Then the venom will be gone.
So
there's a little more to that, though.
you're tossing
No.
little like living beetles and stuff, and they're like catching them in the air, and they're kind of fixated on you. Everyone else is maybe watching, but you're like kind of, here's a beetle, and they're like, like jumping up in the air and going after them, and just like shattering these carapaces that these beetles have. And they're slowly kind of moving closer to you because they see where the food's coming. Like occasionally, like a beetle will hit the ground, like they'll miss it, and they'll like have to chase it as the beetle tries to fly away and shit. But
they come back.
they come back because they know the beetles are coming from you, and you know you're like you said you're unarmored, and they start to get close to where they're like right in front of you, and one of them jumps and just right onto your hand. So make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Fight. Hit it. They won't learn unless you hit it. Put its nose in it.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate that
bite
they
it back.
spoil this stuff.
Yeah, bite it on the ear.
Establish dominance.
Where
Mark
is
your
it at?
territory. I don't know.
Kevin. Oh, right there. Okay. Constitution
That's
save.
my hand.
Alright, we're
Pee
good.
on it. Yeah.
That's my hand.
Well, it couldn't have been worse.
All right. So you take 13 poison damage.
So that was, I guess, the question I meant to ask earlier. Where are we at on hit points right now?
You're full.
Okay.
You're full. So you take 13 poison damage. Now, this little dragon has pumped its venom in. How do you react to it biting you and, like, get suddenly being like, whoa, poison?
Man.
Like, what's your reaction? Do you slap it? Do you punch it? Do you let it just bite its little heart out? Like,
Shake it.
How do you react?
I grab it with my other hand,
Mhm.
I pull it away, and I set it down in front of me.
Okay. All right.
Said 13.
Yeah, 13 poison damage.
You have to be
How do I
firm
change
and
my-
fair.
How do I change my hit points?
Like the Venezuelan police.
So what does it do?
It hisses at you.
Doesn't latch back though.
Doesn't latch back on, but it hisses at you and it kind of like.
All right. If it doesn't immediately jump back at me, I toss it a beetle.
Okay. Like it kind of starts to back away from you, like it's not impressed by you, like it's like puffing itself up to be like, I'm not impressed by you, but then you give a beetle and it's like, pew.
Right.
So after eating, like they're manic, kind of like beetle hunting, like hissing at everything, scurrying around on everything. Energy very quickly like burns up, and they kind of like curl up like on the rocks, that like the rock little pile you made near their eggshells and stuff, and like not like right next to each other, but like close enough to each other, and they start napping real fucking hard, just like.
So in these on the caravan, are there any parts of that are exposed that could like have a pedestal built on it or something?
You can put them on the roofs, the rooms.
Oh, so these aren't like soft tops. These are.
No, these are like hardened wood panels.
All right, yeah, I'd probably move some of those, and I guess I got to pick the dragons up and put them up there.
Okay. So
Like
you
a
just kinda
shield
pick 'em
up there. A shield.
We've got there's a
absorb
hatch
heat.
on the top and there's a hatch on the bottom.
I don't
Yeah.
think we want to put them. We
I just-
don't want them
I
inside.
understand, like if you want to like put it on the top to where like in a razor storm you can just go. You can put like a little sack or something for them to sleep in.
Oh, I got it.
You know, like a little hammock. Put the rocks on the hammock and then close it when there's razor blades.
Yeah, let's rig something up like that. I mean, I don't know that we want to. I mean, because they're gonna get big pretty quick, probably.
Yeah, by the end of the year, they're large size.
We killed a big one. I mean, if it gets to be a problem
Well, I'm just saying. I think they could probably do okay outside. You know.
for now.
These are outside dragons.
Yeah, just make it like a makeshift
These are
nest on the
definitely
roof.
outside dragons.
Yeah, I think I want to build up something on top of the roof with, and maybe bring enough rocks that I could build like a little enclosure for them on top of the roof if I had to.
So, all right, they're napping on these pile of warm rocks. Are you like grabbing them up by the scruff of the neck, or are you like coaxing them into wakefulness, or are you just like picking them up and tossing them up? Like how do you get them from this spot on the ground to the top of this wagon where you've constructed this little man-made nest for them?
Is that something I mean, does a dragon react like a dog when you pick them up by the scruff of the neck? I mean, do they have the same?
Whatever you do now is going to determine the type of parent
based on some of the things Herbert said, it is the best way to control them to keep them from biting you by grabbing them around the neck.
It is.
Like you might get clawed, but like they can't bite you if you're holding the back of their head.
Like a snake.
Like a snake.
One of them's still full of venom too.
Yeah, so I think
One of them's got venom for you.
Just put it out there.
Yeah, I think we coax them into wakefulness and move them up.
The entire time, like all this is going on, Don was like leaning on a spear and kind of like seemingly talking to no one. He's like, "Do you think this is a good idea?" He just kind of like shakes his head.
Question: are they easily identifiable from each other?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't think.
What's
of
their
names.
How are they identifiable from one another? How are they identifiable from one another?
So I mean, spiny dragons. They can be any color.
All dragons are pretty much dark brownish green color.
Okay.
Like the underbelly is pretty greenish yellow. The back is like the darker green brown color. Like the
Okay.
scales are typically very dark.
Okay, I mean,
Make one missing a scale on its belly, and then name it Smog.
that doesn't seem like
I don't think
trademark infringement or anything.
No, not at all.
Do something.
Do something.
I'll just name it Smog.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like Smog, like two O's.
Smoog.
Smoog. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That one's named Smoog.
Okay.
Clearly.
Smoog.
And I don't know that I come up with a name for the other one. So
SM
we already have a favorite, I like it.
000 G.
this is you kind of pushed that.
And what's the other one?
What was that? What was that dickhead's name we just killed?
Ardar.
Yeah.
Hargrove.
Hargar.
Hargar.
Yeah.
Okay. Smoog and Hargar.
Wow.
Beautiful names.
I want to instill fear in people.
A terrible pair of Smog. and
Now,
Hagar.
I put an asterisk next to that. That might
It's a great
change.
show.
All right,
It's a
I'm-
working
I'm
title.
noting an
It's a working
asterisk.
title.
Asterisk.
Now, now when you're talking to them, are you when you're communicating with them, are you like speaking the common language of man and Goliath to them? Are you like like are you growling at them?
Baby
Or
voice. Baby
Speaking
voice.
Goliath to him.
okay, you're
Yep.
speaking Goliath.
Yep.
Okay,
Baby voice.
baby. Are you using a baby voice?
No.
We know,
Oh, bit my hand.
Oh, good there.
we know Giant too. You can teach them in Giant. So
That's
you
what
only
he's-
teach them.
Are you teaching them Goliath or Giant? Because Goliath and humans speak the same language.
Well, I don't believe I speak giant, so.
We all learn.
You all speak Goliath or Giant.
Oh, okay. Then
We hang
yeah,
out with
I'm speaking giant to him.
Okay.
I
Nobody else
didn't.
can talk to him. That's smart.
That's even smarter. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So, okay.
So as you train them over the next months and years to come, like are you teaching them command words? Like are you teaching them scent drills? Are you teaching them like means attack or like what kind of mechanism are you using to like say, hey, go eat that?
I'd say command words are probably
Okay.
yeah. I mean fuck it up, that kind of stuff.
Peanut
Okay.
butter based training.
common words. Off, down.
Are you
sit.
choosing like are you choosing like conventional phrases like attack, kill, or are you coming up with like your own like special phrases like
I'd say-
fuck that shit up?
Yeah, I say fuck it up. I mean
Okay.
that's pretty much that's canon. I like that.
Pineapples.
Yeah, we could do
Just words.
Raspberry. Cranberry.
Oh shit! Which berry was attacked?
Fucking strawberry.
Just start screaming berries.
Banana.
Fuck you! Something is like, what word was that? Blueberry.
Jesus Christ. It's fucking nuts. Stuff's kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I think command words are probably the best
Okay.
way to go.
I concur.
Seems like.
With all my dragon training
So,
experience, I would know.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on this section, and again, I'm never going to give you the actual numbers. but you have improved their predator ability score and their pack ability score.
Okay.
So, I'll give you.
So you're
I'll give you a heads up when one of them improves, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm never going to tell you the number. You know. So,
okay. Oh, I
It went
didn't.
from
I gotta
0
say,
to
I guess
1.
I didn't even get the impression you were going to tell me that much.
Yeah. I wasn't, but then I was like, maybe the like Crannom would learn like what actions are having an effect on their personality. You know, like as part of the training process.
Sure.
I think.
Sure.
You know, like if you start training a dog, it's going to learn like you're going to get an idea of how the dog is reacting to training. So I guess I like giving you information like prey is increased, predator is increased, pack is increased. Like that's not that
Okay.
out of the realm of possibility. You know.
No, I appreciate it.
I think it makes a little
That
sense.
makes me helpful.
What's the protocol on your training? Like, is that something that we're all helping you do, or is that something that's you want just you doing?
Yeah. How familiar are you making them with the rest of the members?
Very.
I mean, they're walking with us.
Very. I want to be very.
Like,
I
I mean, if I were
With
if
these
I were to
dragons.
shout like "fuck this shit up," would it be something that like?
If you die, will
What's
you recover
Cardin's
your body?
opinion on that? Like,
Without it
if
killing
other
us.
people are telling his, because
Man.
it is your dragons.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say if I'm
I
there,
don't wanna infringe
they're-
on
I mean,
that.
if I'm there, they're probably not gonna listen to you. Or, I mean, maybe they will. I don't know.
I just
mean,
meant
they're-
like, is
they're
it
their own
something that,
sentient beings. So I mean,
are you, if you're comfortable with
Does
us
your
trying.
training incorporate like letting these guys command them? Does how you raise them and teach them?
so that's a double-edged sword either way. I mean, I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with yeah.
Okay.
I would at least like to be there for feedings and things like that, so they know me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, if we're gonna have dragons
Uncle
hanging
Ja-
out with
Uncle
us,
Jacob.
I would really, really like them to know that I'm nice. And,
Uncle
and
Jacob.
I bring food.
Friend, not food.
Fish
I would
are
really
friends,
enjoy
not
that.
food.
All right. So that's fun. So
This is the thing.
that's the thing that happened. That's fun.
We got fucking dragons. That's the thing.
You're fucking dragons. And by the end of the year, they'll be large size, and you guys can try and ride on them.
Try. I like how we should try.
Don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Don't do that.
They're called spiky dragons.
I talked to Herbert, guys. Don't do that.
Yeah, Herbert did tell me that was a bad idea.
They're far from domesticated.
Yes. These will never be domesticated dragons.
No, I mean they at
You
very
can't-
least might listen, but
I researched a lot about like training reptiles and stuff, and like you can like there's a way you can give reptiles scritches that they'll tolerate, but it's never like I'm your pet and friend. It's always like I'm a lizard. Back the fuck off.
I tolerate.
Well, that's like
I allow you to exist.
even like if you just use like cats and dogs as an example, like dogs fully domesticated, cats you can have them in the house; they'll still do what they want,
Yes.
no matter what you do.
Yeah, like cats make a lot more sense when you realize they've only been like associated with humans for a couple hundred years, whereas dogs have been domesticated for thousands.
That's true.
But anyway, several more days pass with Crannom growing ever closer in your field of vision. Very little has changed in the area around the city since you were here last. Oh, that reminds me, this is session 15, the title of which is Bringing It On Home, because you guys started the campaign here with Miss Larrigan and her caravan moving to Wasp. So this is kind of a return for you guys.
Gangsters.
Oh,
OG.
very little has changed in the area around the city since you were here last. There's still some talk of the crazy rains that occurred and drenched the land, as well as a lot of rumors of massively increased production from the furnaces of creation in the cities. You also hear a few rumors about some manner of political nonsense in Wasp. Nothing concrete or entirely reliable, but the gist of most of it is that there's King Metliskin Hargroove is on the cusp of being ousted from power. Nothing official, nothing verifiable, but you know that's a rumor.
Oh, the king's name was Hargrove too?
Yeah.
He was like related to them?
Ardar Hargroove was the uncle of the king.
So
Oh!
is Kandara's last name Hargrove?
Yeah. Well, she goes by Octon because her husband was of the
maiden,
Octon tribe,
yeah.
but her original name is Hargroove.
Okay.
We do something about that?
So, most of the rumors seem like his advisors are seizing power for themselves rather than one of them seizing power. It's kind of a plan to turn the city into a representative democracy rather than a monarchy.
Wow. Look at
Or
us.
at least that's what the rumors say. Other rumors are present, stuff like citizens or tourists or guards or even barbarian Goliaths seizing the furnace of creation, installing themselves as masters of the city. It's all kind of like everything is happening, nothing's concrete, etc. You know, it could be anything is going on.
Yeah.
Once you're hearing the rumors, Kandar kind of gets
Figure that out when you
quiet.
get there.
You know,
Leashes.
not like sad or upset, but just kind of like deep in thought, like
Nervous
kind of
dragon.
gazing off into the desert. You know, not really talking as much as the group sits around and meals and stuff. So it is the 11th of 6th month.
She does that. Domhnall tries to take her mind off things.
Okay, what's he do?
Just holds conversation with her.
Okay, just like idle bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty hot today. Yep, it's hot every day.
Karnan's got dragons. How about that? Like, who would have
Yeah.
thought?
Yeah.
And then the
Catch me
dragons
outside.
chase Karnan across the.
Wow,
He throws a boot at them.
Fucking get an exercise.
Take,
Something
like,
bigger?
something
Nope,
reflective
same sun.
and like shine it in front of them.
Fucking laser pointer. I feel like they got them things.
There's like a
right.
vulture eating a dead crowsank, and you chuck a dragon at it.
I'm gonna make a bow that fires dragons.
Fuck your flaming arrows.
now, as you're traveling during the day, like the dragons are up, they're young, they have a lot of energy, like they're crawling all over the wagon. Like, what do you do when they jump off the wagon onto the desert?
Oh, I think I let them.
You let them?
Oh yeah, they can do their thing.
Okay.
As long as they're not. I mean, as long as they ain't.
Like, do you ever like if they get like 100 yards or 200 yards? Do you ever like chase after them, or do you just like trust that they'll come back? How do you react?
I got a like a half barrel of bugs, collected.
Okay. You just like if they go too far, you just dump the bugs out and they hope that they come back.
No, I mean they know I hand fed them.
Okay.
I hope. I mean, that's yeah.
Okay.
You just rely on them to come back.
Yeah,
Okay.
we fed them.
To realize that it's easier to come to you for food than it is to hunt for their own.
Hopefully.
But you're still giving them live food.
Correct.
Okay.
Remember those dragons Karnan had?
I mean, it could be a thing.
It's running off, and this is your.
So Domhnall engages
We're getting
true.
closer to those iron pillars.
Kandar in idle conversation, and it's pretty clear that
true.
she's a little like, man, there are going to be consequences to
raised
what we do with
dragons
my
before.
father. Like she
None
doesn't
of
come
us
right
have.
out and say it, but you can tell that that's what's on her mind. Like the death of her father affects more people than just her and you guys. Like that's pretty much what's on her mind. And you can tell that you're talking to her.
I guess if I think she wants to have a real conversation about it, then I do. But if I get that it perturbs her, then yeah, again, I try to just take her mind off things.
You don't really feel like she wants to talk about it so much as it's just on her mind, and like she appreciates being distracted from it as much as she would appreciate like talking in depth about it. Like,
Okay.
So you guys chat with idle conversation and stuff. Karnan runs back and forth with his dragons, and the dragons are biting Karnan, and Karnan takes 8, 9, 10, 11 poison damage.
Just the thing.
Just Tuesday.
That's just what he gets today. No save.
Yeah, but you healed since.
Hey, you're like 6 years away from being
So did I
immune to
heal
the
since the
poison
last
from
time?
dragons.
Okay.
Is this gonna be like Riddick?
Where he
Is he gonna
develops-
be immune later?
Yeah. He eventually.
well-
I have it documented that he'll eventually get resistance to dragon poison. Not all poison damage, just dragon venom.
Oh,
Sweet.
that's pretty slick though.
Yeah.
Especially with you guys being hunted by dragons.
Right. You'll probably live the longest.
Wait, I only have one of them now. One of them fucking left.
Don was like, "Oh yeah."
No, they're both right here.
Just kidding.
Oh,
One bite a day keeps the poison away.
that's right.
So it's the
Damn
11th of
straight.
6th month.
I'm gonna die. So bad.
You're approaching very
Feels
close
good
to
after a while
Crannom.
as he's holding the lamp.
This could be very ugly.
As you pass the towns, you've seen that they, like the city, are mostly populated by Goliath. Crannom is mostly Goliath population. I think I said Goliath are about 10 to 20% of the entire population of Yofka in a past episode. Crannom, Crannom and the areas surrounding it, they're about 80% of the population for whatever reason. So You guys start to approach the city. You're within an hour of it. It's the 11th of 6th month. The cities in the area are very clearly populated by Goliath. The doorways are slightly larger. The buildings are slightly taller. You know, it's that standard kind of like the dominant population in this area is bigger than the human norm, so everything is just a little bit bigger. Not uncomfortably, weirdly big like in the cities with like the buildings designed for Luzhgau, but it's big enough to notice. And also, Crannom is nuts about bronze, and this extends to the areas around the city. Like everything in these towns is Slavic in bronze. Bronze lampposts holding glow globes, bronze door knockers, bronze tools, bronze signposts, bronze street signs, bronze everything.
Is the bronze like in good shape for the most part?
Oh yeah. Like some of it has that kind of like cool looking greenish hue patina of age that bronze gets. Like, but that's more like an artistic choice rather than like, oh, it's in disrepair.
Okay.
You know? And most of it is just fucking ridiculously polished to be like almost a mirror finish. Because that's, I think Crannom's? No. Menem is gray mirrors. I don't know, whatever. Crannom is nuts about bronze because the furnaces of creation produce a lot of tin and copper.
The burnished city.
The burnished city, yes, it's the burnished city.
Here you go. There you go.
So like, not only is it bright out, but like every surface,
Shines light back
every
in your
surface
eyes.
is reflecting light. You know, like this is a place that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Crannom is
Take
where
like a little piece of
sunglasses
cloth
came
with
in
a
style.
slit in it. And
Yes.
That's what I like. I fucking hate big cities.
How much pull does the Wasp crime family have here?
None.
None. Okay, good. Good.
Completely different crime families.
So
I probably shouldn't bring it up then.
I mean, not to
but your family's here.
bring up the
Right.
elephant in the
I
room
mean-
or the proverbial dragon
No.
in the room,
No.
but
No.
I mean,
They live in the desert.
I probably should stay outside with them, right?
That was a very
What do you
racist
do?
statement.
Like, how do you? What do you
You're
do?
all a fan. You're all related.
We can't walk these fuckers into the city.
Leash. Leash. Leash.
No, we can't leash them either.
Leash.
Well, I'm not staying to watch.
Cage.
No, and they're not getting killed.
Built a makeshift cage on top of the
No,
thing.
Oh man, I'll sit outside the city.
But this guy won the game just like you. Don't you know me?
I'm not.
That's true.
Fuck it.
Big, don't you know who
You
I
might
am?
have more pull with him.
We're bringing the dragons in the city.
He might
Okay.
respect it.
Yo,
So what are you doing with them? Are you like putting them on your shoulders?
Yeah.
He's got like the
Will they,
little.
I mean, do you think will they stay there?
Do you give them a command?
I'm gonna go now.
I mean, parrot now.
Make an animal handling check.
That's not parrot. That was a joke. Do I gotta do one for each of them?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Or we'll treat it like an advantage situation where like if one obeys, the other one is more likely to obey.
Yeah, this is fucked. So
That one's an 18.
That's a 9. Yeah, that's a 9.
They don't get on your shoulders.
Okay.
Just leave a trail of bugs behind you.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you put bugs on your shoulders?
I guess, yeah.
All right. Roll again.
So roll 4 die because you have double advantage.
That's a little better. 19.
19. All right. They get up there and they will
That feels a little.
like Karnan doesn't know it, but they'll probably stay there pretty chill as long as he keeps like putting a live bug like on his shoulder. And like sometimes they get a little spazzy and like, oh I got like you know when a cat like
How
gets
big
a-
are they? How much do they weigh?
Right. They're pretty light. They're only about a foot long right now.
So they're
very
5-6 pounds a piece.
Yeah, like they're very skinny, very slender, very soft right now.
Like about a cat size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're 5-6.
It's like having like very small cats on your shoulders.
Okay. Yeah.
But like
It's a good look.
sometimes they'll spaz out like a cat does when it gets like a hair tie.
How are people reacting to this?
You're drawing some looks. A couple kids are pointing and staring, but
Guards are cool.
no one's told you to stop.
Okay. There were guards at the gate.
There'll be guards at the gate when
If
you
anybody
get
Oh,
there.
we haven't got
just-
there. Okay.
Yes.
Just do like this.
As you start to approach the city enough that you can
This
start
is
to
gonna
make
be
out the
good.
walls more clearly, you see something interesting and kind of insane. So the walls are the same enormous mile-high Luzhgau stone walls as Wasp had, and it's the same kind of like embossed, engraved, like Luzhgau reading books, Luzhgau writing at tables, Luzhgau like painting, you know, like images of Luzhgau, and like spaces in between the images, like recessed. I don't know how to say it because it's like there's there's an empty space between all the images. Like there's
Like a blank space.
yeah, like there's the surface of the wall, and then there's a little bit dug out of the wall, and like in some spots there are images of Luzhgao, but other spots it's like that, just that little bit of recessed space. And like there are catwalks and everything, like where Alex Steele is hammering like gold into like the hilt of the sword he's making, the Viking sword right now.
Okay.
They're doing that with bronze.
Okay.
So all the gaps in the wall, like from like the recessed space between like the image of a Luzhgao like writing or a Luzhgao like playing a flute, like there are all these catwalks and everything across the wall where like laborers and stuff are hammering bronze into the empty spaces of the wall around these images of Luzhgao. It's utterly and completely sane because, like I said, these walls are a mile high. You know, so there's a lot of like empty space for bronze to be hammered into. But like, you know, like they're 50 feet up the wall at this point, and like the catwalk extends probably the entire length of the wall around the city, which is miles and miles and miles.
Well, the
Crannom's
furnace is
nuts
making,
about bronze.
it's making extra bronze now. They've been kicking out bronze. They got to do something with it all.
Yeah, it's that is true. But like fucking Crannom, it's nuts about bronze. Like,
Wow. They're like having a bronze gasm or something.
yes,
It's like a 30-year project.
probably actually. The line of folks
incredible.
entering the city is way more chill than the mess of people around Wasp. It's much more organized. It's well patrolled by the guards of the city, the Bronzemen. The Bronzemen are easily identified by like they have a very ornate bronze helmet, very ornate bronze armor, and they've got like a red plume on the front of the helmet, a red feathered plume out of the helmet.
This guy's got those sweet hats.
A lot of them have shields. A lot of them have swords. Some have spears. You know, there's not so much like in Wasp. It's conical. The uniform is conical helmet, spear, shield. In Wasp, it's more bronze breastplate, bronze greaves, bronze gauntlets, bronze helmet. Use whatever weapon and shield you want, like whatever. Some of them have two-handed swords. Some of them have big mauls. Some of them have big.
It's almost more intimidating.
Yeah.
They're like they picked this one because they like it a lot.
But you know, like there's like this place is much more like focused on like what's going in and out of the city than Wasp was. Maybe part of that was the guards just being exhausted in Wasp from like the great games and like that thing going on, and like, you know, maybe not. But so
Do they like seem to take more pride in it?
Like, would the bar for becoming a guard here be higher?
It's a good question.
maybe not.
So
It's hard to say.
Answer.
Okay.
And like not every guard is a Goliath either. Like there are humans and there are Goliath, you know, like and it's not necessarily 50-50, but there are humans and there are Goliath that are both bronzemen. You know, but they all seem to take their
Seems
job
to be
very-
about the same as the general population, displacement of guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 20% human, 80% Goliath.
I think I could learn to like it here.
The armor that these bronzemen wear is very ornate. You know, there's etchings, there's fluting, all kinds of like crazy bullshit ornate crap. Like it's functional, but like if you were to buy these breastplates and like helms and stuff, it would be like significantly more expensive than just buying like a piece of iron armor or steel armor, just because of how ornate they are.
Do any of them look like battle scarred? Like, is there marks of wear and tear on any
They're
of them?
functional. They're not like worn and torn, but they're functional. Like this is durable bronze armor that would stand up in a fight, and it looks like it's in good repair. I'm gonna make a perception check for you.
Like, I don't notice any like blade marks or things like that.
Turok is +4. It has the look of armor that's been damaged but repaired. You know. So your instincts would be that this is armor like these are guards that have seen fights and stuff, but they get their
polish
armor.
it back up.
Yes,
or
they
whatever.
polish it back up, repair it, and stuff.
When you say there's like a single plume, are you talking like Trojan, like Greek?
No,
plume?
not like that big like line, but like a single like feather.
Okay, because
Like
you're saying like bronze and stuff. I'm picturing like Achilles like style helmet.
Yeah, no,
Spartan
it's just
shield.
like a single like red feather like in the front of their.
Okay.
So it takes some time, but you eventually enter the city. The guards look over your equipment to make sure you don't have any dangerous desert critters hiding out your supplies, and that you're not bringing any ridiculously powerful studs like meteor swarm into the city. And they don't give you too much trouble until like they come to Crannom with his dragons on his shoulders. Now, one of the bronzemen come up to Crannom and they're like, "Are those dragons?"
Yes, sir.
You can't bring those in the city. Are these dragons? Like he turns to the rest of it. Are those dragons? Like does he have those can't be dragons.
Have you ever seen a dragon?
Yeah, I've seen a dragon.
Does this look like a dragon?
I mean, yes. But
So if it looks like a dragon,
So-
does it sound like a dragon?
So I pull.
I go a different angle.
No. Stop.
He'd be crazy to bring a dragon. You think he would bring dragons in here? Are you insane? These are lizards. You've seen lizards.
I pull my shield from the Great Games of Wasp out.
okay.
With a thing emblazoned.
Okay.
Nice. I had that on my arm when I walked into the city.
Okay. Is he wearing Blackstone like Luzhgao stone armor too? What?
Yeah.
What is this? Like he's talking to like his commander like, boss, you gotta like what? And like the commander walks over and he's got like a red plume and he's got like two like copper colored plumes like that are
Whoa.
dyed feathers.
Whoa.
And he's like, what's going on here? Like he's got are those dragons? Is that Luzhgao stone armor? Like is that a Luzhgao stone sword?
Oh, it's
I got one.
Yeah.
I got one of those too.
What did like and like the like the guards are clearly like, what the fuck are these guys doing here? Like, what is your business here in Crannom? Like, who are you guys? What's your business?
Well, I mean, what are we doing here? I guess I.
We're going to meet
Dovos Manoth,
Dovos Manoff.
who's a former winner of
Should
the
we
games.
say that? I guess before this we
No,
should
we
have
don't
powwowed.
say that.
Yes, let's
Did
retcon that you powwow.
What do we want to tell them we're here for? Because
I mean,
I mean,
they would-
if they know Dovos Manoff lives here,
Bronze?
it could be good. Yeah, we're here for bronze.
Yeah, we're here to buy bronze.
We're a bronze plate or Blackstone.
Just a better look. It's really like dig with that.
You guys look just fantastic.
I don't really think
They
we
really
need
do.
To,
Like, it's
I don't
really
think
fancy
we really
armor.
need to suck up to these guys.
that's.
I mean-
that
I
doesn't
mean,
equate in
you
my
are trying to
head.
bring 2 dragons into the city, so
Dude,
any
we
kiss
don't
ass
need
it
to
might
suck
not
up to
hurt.
these people.
We're not gonna take
Dude, we
on.
got fucking Blackstone armor.
We're not gonna take on a whole city where the guards though.
We're gonna bronze
don't
these
need to.
dragons.
We're gonna get those dragons.
I want. I want.
Do you
I
want
want.
to get them claw covers? Like
I
for
want armor.
cats?
I want armor for my little boys.
Made out of bronze.
Are they male or female?
You have no way of knowing. Like frankly.
That's true. Fair enough.
What's that?
So
What do you want them to be?
I don't
just
know.
like squeeze the bottle.
I mean,
And it works
I don't
better.
have a clue
Like,
which
if you
ones
actually
have
squeeze
better
the bottle
temperaments or
portion,
anything.
works better than squeezing the
Say they're both female. Female dogs are easier to train. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
They're both female.
Fuck it. Whatever.
You have no way of
I
knowing.
know dogs are easier to
Yeah.
The
it's-
females do tend to get bigger.
okay. Well, fuck it.
Even
whatever.
better.
Even better.
Even better. Bigger fucking fangs. Okay.
All right.
Bigger spines.
So
Yeah. I mean. So what are we telling them? We're here to just meet with somebody. They don't need to know who.
But if Dovos Manoff lives here and they know, that might save us some time.
Is he?
He's
is he-
famous.
He's okay. Yeah, we're here to see Doe. Yeah.
I say we just tell them, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
you're here to
just
see
tell 'em.
Dovos Manoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you help us find him?
Is he
I
still
mean,
in the city?
The ghost?
The go-
Yeah.
Great.
That was his name when
Yeah,
he was
okay.
he was in
I
the
guess I
games.
missed that.
Like he was called the ghost when he was
Yeah.
competing.
See, I mean,
We're here
See-
for the book signing.
The
Oh,
goat
you're-
ghost, greatest.
You
of
guys
all
run
time.
the you were in the games?
yeah.
Oh, and you're what? Oh, okay. Like he kind of seems to like put that like, oh, they're seeking another person in the games. That's all it is.
Yep.
Not gonna think about
That's
it
all
anymore.
it is.
Perfect. That's way easier.
That's what I was hoping.
He says,
So I have
he'll
to
likely
buy-
be in his offices in the central government building, the Tower of Mirrors. And if you were inside the walls, he would point to you like a huge bronze tower in the middle of the city.
Okay.
Easy. Except it's
Well,
probably
we'll
all
just be
bronze
on our way
towers.
then.
Okay.
He's like, I don't even know what's in. There's no protocol.
Because he's kind of like, I mean, it's just two baby dragons. Also, like,
Show me the rule where it says I can't bring in 2 baby dragons.
like I mean, like you guys. So he like lets you guys
He's
pass.
book out. He's flipping through the pages.
I mean,
He's like small
he's not
mammals.
talking- he's talking
Article
he's talking-
13,
He's talking about the platoon, and he's like, I mean, there's a rule about transporting livestock, but like, who would bring a dragon in? Those dragons! Those aren't dragons! Are you sure, boss? They look like dragons. Those can't be dragons! And like some nerd in the group is like, well, the spiny dragon has iconic diamond-shaped scales, as those dragons did. Are you sure? Go to the library. And by that time, you guys are in the city.
Yeah, we'll just be on our way, guys. Wow, that went really well, actually.
Like, who would try to bring a dragon into a city? Like,
Fucking
who does
shock and
that?
awe. This is America, shock and awe.
Thinking of this, like Ron Swanson, like hands a napkin to him. I have a permit.
So, you guys aren't city board, and you were only in Crannom briefly before joining Miss Larrigan's caravan. Or maybe not. Like, that's up to you. Maybe you guys have been in Crannom for months. Maybe you were never actually entered Crannom. Maybe you just met up with her outside the city. That's up to you guys. But as you're entering Crannom and feeling the weariness and strain of the desert being drained away by the magic of the city, or maybe recalling your first time entering the city, the crust of people is less. Everything is just fucking... Maybe you're recalling the first time you entered Walasp, and in comparison, like, the press of people is less. Everything is just slathered with polished brass and bronze. And you realize very quickly that Crannom and Walasp are the same, physically. Like, the skyline is slightly different because there's the great arena in
Like they're two
Walasp,
Walmarts that are
and there's the Tower of Mirrors, or whatever it's called, in Crannom. But, like, this street and where it goes is the same as the main gate in Walasp.
So it's like
and
two
where it goes.
Walmarts, they're all the same.
They're completely the same,
Okay.
at least initially. Like, there are some changes in the skyline because, you know, some things are built higher in Walasp, some things are built higher here, you know, because, like, the only place...
but
What
the
you're saying
bones,
is
the layout is like-
Blackstone
the Blackstone is the same.
is all the same.
Is all the same, yes. Yes, you have perfectly understood. So, everything is covered in brass and bronze, except where it's really impractical to do that. Like, the interior of the walls of the city, which are flat, Lugau stone, those aren't covered in bronze or brass or anything like that. The streets themselves are still black Lugau stone, because, like, you walk on brass or bronze for 1,000 hours in a year, or 2,000 hours, or however many hours there are in a year, it's going to wear through and it's going to get battered and stuff. So, like, the streets are still just black stone. It's like everyone took a bunch of boxes of bronze and, like, welded, like made these huge boxes of bronze, like, welded huge plates of bronze together and just, like, slotted them on top of all the black stone buildings, and just, like, or, like, they got a really powerful adhesive and, like, glued them up, you know, like, whatever it took to make everything covered in brass or bronze or whatever. There are brass, like, we might call them lampposts, but they're covered in, like, glow globes rather than lanterns. Store signs are made of brass plates inlaid with silver and gold. Everything has been engraved and embossed and etched to look fancy and aesthetically pleasing. Walasp is known as the City of Arts, but people in Crannom take their ostentatious bronze and brass work very, very seriously. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's stupid. Like, from the desert sensibilities some of you have, like, it is very fucking ridiculous and stupid what has been done to the metal of this city. First of all, who makes a city out of metal? Like, who covers stone and metal and then spends countless hours, like, making it pretty? Like, it's just stupid.
It's like a 12-year-old on a Minecraft server.
Are metal workers like
Everything is now built out of gold.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
are metal workers like rock stars here?
Yes.
It's like very highly.
Yeah, like anyone who
It's like
makes
huge.
anyone who makes like actual artwork rather than like practical metalwork out of bronze or brass or any sort of like copper and tin composed metal alloy is like very well regarded. So,
Wait, what? if they make like traditional like painting type artwork, they're very well regarded.
No, like anyone who makes like statues and stuff, like artwork type stuff.
Like a blacksmith and a bronzesmith. Bronzesmith would be higher because
Yes.
they're making
Okay.
like
Yes.
beautification things.
Yes.
Instead of
The
just
dude that
fighting
makes
utensils.
sculptures out of bronze is more highly respected than the guy that makes practical things.
Practical things, yes.
Okay.
And the guy who makes ironwork is fucking trash.
Ew. Irons for pores.
Two ores, yes. So,
There's that one guy in the city that's mixing bronze with tin to make brass, and he's just like the hipster of the city. This is the next.
This is gonna catch on.
so you get a look at the Tower of Mirrors, and it's in the center of the city, similar to where the Great Arena was in the Lost. It's slightly taller than the Great Arena. It's a little hard to tell at this distance. It doesn't have like it's still like a mile or two away from you, but it doesn't look like it has any actual like windows or glass on it. It looks like it's just like fucking tiers of bronze building, and then like convex discs of brass that have been, of course, polished to an insane degree. So like the sun hits it and it's just like boom.
So damn bright.
So you guys have your wagons, you have Kandara, you have the two cousins, you have Metris, you have the dragons. Are you guys just gonna head as a group to the Tower of Mirrors? Do you want to do something first? Do you want to stow the wagons and the NPCs? How do you want to proceed?
Can't believe we're carrying drags.
Probably should leave the wagons somewhere, right? We don't need
Yeah.
to drag them around the city.
Okay.
We don't need to dragon them around the city.
Oh.
You find an inn called the Pirouetting Palomino. It's got a bronze statue of a horse out front. You know if it's pure.
Of course.
You don't know if it's pirouetting, but it's kind of like rearing up onto its hind legs. Rates are reasonable. Place is clean. Has an attached stable for wagons and Crowsank.
Perfect.
The innkeeper is a nondescript-looking older Goliath who quietly and politely accepts coin and directs you to your rooms and sends some grooms to care for your Crowsank and your wagons. Kandara and the cousins and Metris all like hole up where they need to be. Do you take your dragons into the city once more, or do you get a little room for them, or do you leave them?
We
in the
can't
wagons?
fucking leave them in a room.
No,
No,
you can't.
no, they gotta come. No, I don't leave them anywhere.
Okay.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Come back to a fucking.
You guys have a
obliterated
dragon
them.
keeper around
While we're at an inn, before we go, this guy has two artifacts we want, and if he's still using them, what's the plan? You know, are we gonna take them from him, or are we just gonna nod our heads and go?
Yeah. How hard do you guys want to come at this guy?
Like he might have given them away, or stowed them at some point, or sold them, or whatever. You know, how many years has it been?
No,
since he
he's
won?
not like ancient.
How when did he win? I guess.
Maybe 8 years ago.
Okay, so
But he was kind of an older guy at that point.
he's retired from fighting.
He's retired from fighting. He's probably maybe 40
Okay.
in that area.
Oh, I think it's 80 years ago.
No.
No,
Yeah.
and Cassius would know that he did his games alone rather than as part of a group, which is generally considered to be more worthy.
Wow, that's badass. Well,
The challenges are different, of course. The combats are different. The puzzles are different.
sure,
But it was just him.
still pretty badass.
And
well, if he doesn't want to give them up,
you know, like based on your research into the great games and
We
like
could
all,
always try
all
and
that
buy
kind of
them.
stuff, like your gut instincts
I got all
tell
of
you that
I
Dovos
don't think I spent
Manoff,
anything yet.
even without
Oh,
the
for
Shadow
7,000
Blade
gold.
or the Cloak of Spring, could take any one of you alone.
Okay.
Maybe not the 6 of you, but definitely like one-on-one, he's gonna wipe the floor with you guys.
there goes my plan then.
Challenge him to a duel.
So
That's what I was gonna say. He probably, the
You
throw of
put the
fight.
Shadow Blade in his hand and give him the Cloak of Spring, he's got a solid shot of killing the group of you.
I think
So we're not gonna take him.
So we can get from the
He's not gonna want to sell it.
At least that's Cassius's.
we should probably
Opinion.
look into see what his current interests are.
Let's trade him a dragon.
Huh?
Like we should probably find out like
No.
what does he do in the city? Like he's in this tower. Is he strictly just an aristocrat, or is he like running
Tower
some
of
sort of like,
Mirrors is-
business interest? Or
The Tower of Mirrors is politicians like doing government business.
okay. So then we should probably
Fucking
find some
pencil
information on that and try to speak to his interests.
What's that? Innkeeper. What does Dovos Manoth do in the city?
Oh, the ghost? And he kind of sneers a little bit, like he doesn't like him.
Is he human or Goliath?
This guy's Goliath. And he
No. Devos.
Davos, he's human.
Okay.
And he kind of looks at you guys as your mixed group of humans and a Goliath, and he's like, oh, you know, kind of makes a nuisance of himself. Kind of cleans a glass that's not dirty.
Do you want to elaborate?
Oh, he's... You're asking?
Yeah.
He kind of leans close to you, and like not whispering, but kind of like
Hushed.
we're having
Yeah.
a private conversation, even though like 6 other people are
They're all like looking at us.
Well, like he has this problem. The elders of Crannom, since the city's founding, have always been Goliath. There are senators, and the senators can be Goliath or human. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see any problem with it. I hope you don't either. I wouldn't want to be a bigot.
Nope.
But Dovos, he keeps raising his stink about letting humans be elders as well, and that's just not how things are done in Crannom.
Okay. He's just rocking the boat a little bit.
Goes back to cleaning the mug that's not dirty.
He needs a political activist.
And you know, he's been linked to a lot of political dissidents.
Obvious.
Such as?
None of what we are.
Other, you know, dissidents.
Ah.
And he doesn't really he doesn't really follow it up with anything, like. And
Dom was trying to think real hard.
your gut instincts say that by dissidents, he means people that want equal rights and representation in the government.
That's kind of what I feel. I was getting like this guy might not be the best person to ask. Is what I'm feeling like now.
Like you get the feeling that this guy's problem with Dovos Manoth is that that Dovos Manoth wants humans to have equal rights and representation in the government.
So everything else he does
Goliath.
is shit.
Heaven fucking forbid.
That guy, huh?
Yeah.
Campbell.
Rough guy.
Hey, I just lean in. I don't like these guys.
I'm being held against my will. If you contact
This is a convenience thing.
I'm only in the group because they needed a token Goliath.
but now they're the token humans.
You know how it is. You get it.
Here we go. And now we are racists.
All right. So now what?
I say we just go talk to him.
All right.
Worst case scenario, we can come back.
And make a plan. I got the thing.
We'll offer him money and see what happens.
He might just give them to us.
He might.
Be like, hey, we're gonna fix the world. And he'll be like, alright.
Yeah. So you wander the city for about an hour, moving towards the Tower of Mirrors at the center of it, and everything is just fucking covered in brass and copper and bronze. There's no tin.
Like every place I can buy sunglasses.
Yes. And
They're very
like,
popular
like
here.
you do start to see like odds and ends of like copper, gold, and silver, but there's never any tin, even though tin is a major component in the production of bronze and brass and these kinds of things. Like there's no tinsmiths selling goods.
What are their cans made out of?
Copper.
Bronze? What are you, dumb? Everything is made out of bronze!
All the cups.
See, that's what all the mirrors are, because bronze has, like copper and tin have a lower melting point than iron.
Yeah.
Like, that's what all the mirrors are for. Like, they just pointed at, like, piles of copper and tin and make bronze.
Side note, speaking of mirrors, the reason vampires can't be seen in mirrors is because the original ones, the back of them, are silver.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah.
So,
The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
the whole place is just visually annoying, because, like, you know, like when you see artwork, like, a lot of times, like, artists will vary, like, colors or textures. And there's, like, none of that. It's all, like, one solid color of bronze or brass or copper. And then just, like, little itty-bitty, like, carvings and stuff. It's boring.
It's boring.
The city is fucking stupid.
Bronze hell.
It's a bronze hell of Goliath making.
I seriously do buy sunglasses if they're available.
Yeah, there are spectacles.
Oh,
You can buy
absolutely.
Okay. So you wander around the city, seeing the bright, shiny sights, and come to the Tower of Mirrors. It has a very wide base, almost the size of like an entire city block, which is larger than a mile. Or not a mile. Yeah, a mile. Larger than a mile.
It's a big building.
but it's kind of tiered, almost like you know, like Aztec and Mayan pyramids and stuff, like where they're like tiered.
Oh, so it's like thinner at the top.
Yeah, it's thinner at the top, so it's kind of like a stepped pyramid, I think is what they're called. And there's only one main entrance to the place, so that kind of gives you the feel that like at least this portion is probably like a concealed Blackstone room, because most Blackstone buildings have like one, maybe two entrances. And there's like two dozen bronzemen standing at attention outside it, and they hassle everyone that attempts to enter. There's two large bronze statues flanking the entrance. They look like Goliath in like wrestling poses.
Ooh.
You guys just walk up. And
We've tangled with those before. These are for sure golems. Guarantee. It's always the poses. It's the poses.
I believe the Goliath. I mean, they're Goliath statues.
Do you guys just walk up and announce like, "Hey, we want to go"? Like, what do you do now?
We have an appointment with Dovos Mana.
One of the bronzemen says, "Good. We cannot have travelers wandering randomly throughout the tower. What are your names?"
The abandoned.
Turok.
The abandoned? Okay. Bide a moment. And then he gestures to one of the other bronzemen. She runs inside. She returns after a few minutes and is like,
No. I did send a raven. I did. Did it not make it? I did.
the lead guy says, we can't find a record of such a meeting.
I show him my shield.
What's your business in the tower?
We want to speak to Dovos.
All right, whatever. Go in.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Why is this so easy? Like as we're walking down the halls, or
He kind
whatever,
of looks around at the other bronzemen and they kind of like, and he says,
they
level
hoping we kill
14,
him?
office suite 5.
Are they hoping we kill him?
And like they
Are they
frisk you,
racist too?
they frisk you guys, but like it's like,
They like missed the sword.
Missed the
oh,
fucking
they got the
dragons.
swords and the dragons. What are we gonna do? like they're phoning it in.
Really?
Like it's very clear they have no fucks to give about like
Well, 'cause
you guys
he could-
being armed to the teeth and
he
going
could
in to see a
fucking kill
politician.
us. That's why.
That could be.
Maybe they're hoping to kill him.
Your gut instincts tell you that is accurate.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck does he
anybody
even
can
have
talk to him. It
guards?
doesn't matter.
Why the fuck does he even have guards?
So you move through this
Nuisance people. Probably.
big bronze paneled blackstone doorway into an antechamber of sorts, and it's similar to the Great Arena. The people of Crannom have gone to great lengths to hide the blackstone walls in this space. The antechamber has lots of couches and chairs. There's glow globes in bronze sconces attached to bronze walls, and there's like 24 young men and women kind of standing around, like holding scroll cases and stuff. They're all wearing a uniform that consists of tan robes and an orange sash across their chest. Probably messengers or something like that. And on the other end of the antechamber is a hallway. No one really like.
Is there like signage? Is there stairs or something? Like
Well, like there's this antechamber, and then there's a hallway that's also well lit, and it's kind of slightly rising
hallway.
upwards.
Hallway it is.
All right. Yeah, the hallway is bronze paneled, and it's well lit by more glow globe sconces. God, I hate that. Glow globe. There are many rooms and office suites, all labeled by large numbered brass plates next to the doors. The hallway kind of spirals upwards, and it's all very clearly marked. Like this is level 1, suite 1, suite 2, suite 3, suite 4. You know, and it kind of goes in that progression as you eventually come to level 14 and the door for suite 5. It's a bronze door, not a Lugau stone door. It's just a wood door bound in bronze, with a bronze knocker on it. Do you walk in? Do you?
Can you tell there's a knocker on it? It's all bronze.
Is that a knocker?
I've lost all ability to
That's
discern.
ornamentation. That's not a knocker.
It's just
It's embossed, yeah.
It's an extravagant embossing of a knocker. This fucking city's stupid.
I guess we knock on the door.
All right. Ka-dunk, ka-dunk, ka-dunk. A young man in tan robes kind of opens the door.
Orange sash.
Yellow sash.
Ooh. Secretary.
He's maybe in his early 20s. He's obviously healthy. He's lived a life in the city. It's like he's never been out of the city. Like he's fucking almost fat. Not like fat, but like chubby cheeked, no wrinkles or lines or liver spots or anything like that. He's young and he was born in
Comfortable life.
Comfortable life. He's got kind of like a mop of like dreadlocks on his head. And he looks at you guys and he sees all your weapons and you're like, we're scarred fucking desert fighters. And he's like, we don't have any meetings scheduled for right now.
They said we could come up. I hope it's okay. We just want to talk to Davos.
Is Senator Manoff expecting you?
Yeah.
He is?
No, he's
No.
not.
He's not?
We'd like to speak to him if possible.
Can I check with him first?
Of course.
I'd prefer you did.
Okay.
Tell him a few fellow games champions would like to speak with him.
Okay. He like very clearly like shuts the door and you hear it click like a lock inside.
Just scattering feet.
Just as we're getting closer and closer to this,
Ron's
Cassius
door.
is going back to his like excited fanboy, like
You have like his
the only
trading card
thing
ready.
is- Yeah, I've got his little rookie card from the very first time he was here.
Do you
and
think
I'm
he'll sign it? Do you think he'll sign it?
This thing is like you can't tell that it is him anymore because my fingers have rubbed all of any sort of print off of this just from holding it and picking it up and looking at it the whole time. The edges are frayed. It's just a very, very poor piece of paper, just wrinkled and
You know, it'd probably be in better shape, Cassie, if you covered it in bronze.
probably would. But
He probably has
kinda
bronze
kinda
copies
when
on
you
his
leave-
desk.
when you leave your cards in your pocket, like and it goes through the wash,
Yeah.
like that, and then left out in the sun.
But it's just from you holding it with
It's
you.
just for me.
It's just like hand sweat.
So you hear some thunking of like another bronze knocker knocking against a bronze plate, and then you hear some muffled sounds of conversation. And after a few more moments, the kid returns, and there's like a bolt sliding on the door, and Senator Manoff has agreed to see you guys. Come in.
Should we take
I
off our
dart right
shoes?
through. Like that's all I needed was that from come in. He's right through the door, ready to.
Yeah, good call. All right, let's take a break because I lost track of time. So we're gonna take a little break. And on that note, we're back.
I had a moment of weakness and downloaded it.
Carnon's playing WoW again. The rest of us are not.
It's fucking stupid. Don't do it.
So the aide opens up the doors and it's like Senator Manoff has agreed to see you guys. Please come in.
Before we get in there, like the whole approach we've had doing this, I'm trying to put the pin like on a spot. Like he can't decide if he wants it on the left or the right or on his belt across his chest or. He finally it gets to the door. He's got the card in one hand and his badge in the other.
Domino's just kind of like shaking his head.
So the aide gestures towards the other door in the room, and there's like a desk in the room as well, and there's a couple chairs. You know, this is like the waiting room, pre-office room. And you go through the second door, and there's this powerfully built human male, like big, broad shoulders, big, thick fucking arms, like almost like bodybuilder level muscular. And he's seated at a wooden desk, and he's kind of crammed into like a frock coat and like black slacks and like a white button-down shirt, and like it's all like straining at the seams. He's weathered, like he spent some time in the desert, but he's spent the last several years in the city. His face is clean shaven, his head is shaved down to bare scalp, and he kind of rises and stretches out a heavily scarred hand to shake all of yours, and he sees Cassius like.
He holds the card out for a signature, but he doesn't verbalize anything. He's just
And he's like, and he has this like bland, clearly fake politician smile on his face, and he's like looking at Cassius, and he's looking at the rest of you guys, and like something like kind of clicks in his head, and he's like, kind of like cocks his head to the side, and he's like, "You're the abandoned. You guys are the abandoned. I watched your bout last year. Not bad, boys. Not bad. Not as good as mine, but I had help. Calm down."
He's an enormous fan.
Yeah.
Just can you sit down? You're Cassius. I know you. You're Cassius.
like at this, his face like just glows, and he starts off like kind of to a corner, and like he doesn't know if he wants to like write this down or something like. to memorize the like remember this moment or something.
So, like when he says not as good as mine back in the day, but I had help. And like when he says I had help, like he kind of looks over to the corner of the room. And like there's an armor stand there. And it's got what must be the cloak of Spring and the Shadow Blade. The cloak is kind of draped over the stand. It's kind of like a big, like triangular piece of leather. It's got these big Goliath fist-sized dark green scales on it that look exactly like Eisman's did, perhaps slightly bigger. And it's just kind of this like triangular piece of hide, and you can see like along the long flat portion, there's like leather thong, like leather ties, like coming from the scale and the tanned hide, like that would fit around like the neck, around like the arms, like the shoulders, and then around the forearms. So it's kind of worn like a cloak, like an actual cloak, like that you would.
It's like a wingsuit.
Yeah. It's kind of like a cloak that you could like swing up in front of your face, or like
Phantom of the Opera around.
yes, like you could Phantom of Opera, and then like hanging from the armor stand in kind of a like modified scabbard is like a black T-piece of metal, like a sword hilt, and like a kind of like a bastard hand and a half sword hilt, like that you could. Like a sword that, like slightly bigger than a long sword. Like you could use it in one hand, but you could also grab. It's got enough hilt that you could grab it in two. And it's kind of like hanging from like a leather like loop and like kind of like a scabbard type situation. Like it's something that's very clearly custom made to hang onto just a weapon's hilt, and like you could grab it and release it from the hold of the leather, and it's got like this kind of like curving like swirly like tendrils of shadows.
Oh, so this thing doesn't have a blade.
Yeah, kind of. Not unlike the tendrils of shadows that are wrapped around Turok's forearm and the hilt of his spear. But as Dovos Manoth says, I had help in the games. The long tendril of shadow stuff solidifies into a straight, double-edged blade that is so long the tip scrapes the ground. The blade looks almost like smoky black glass, kind of like you're peering through
So cool.
crystal clear glass at a moonless night sky. Like you can kind of see clouds like going by. Anyone who's looking at the blade, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, I don't like that.
And this is one you can choose to fail willingly if you want.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no way I would have passed that.
Okay.
yes, probably
20.
His wits aren't with him.
I rolled a natural one, so that's.
12.
I'm not gonna
12.
check. He rolled a natural 19. So
21.
So Karnan, Turok, and Domhnall, you feel like the glass-like blade of this sword expanding and expanding, almost like you're falling into it. Not unlike when you like dive into shadows and like look around, like your gaze like sinks into shadows and looks around. And like the night sky within this blade expands and expands until it's all your eyes can see, and you can see clouds crawling across the sky, which is never happens in Hasta Yafka. And like you can see a metallic colored moon similar to the one that hangs over the planet, your planet, but it's smaller and it's less scarred than the one that hangs in your night skies. And like the stars like gleam down brightly from the sky within this blade, and they don't match any constellation the three of you are familiar with, you know? And then your gaze is like wrenched back to the office, and you're like, "Ugh!" And like Dovos Manoth is like looking at you guys, and he's looking at the blade, and like the blade just like unforms and back to this tendril of shadow stuff.
well, no wonder he had an easy time. Half the people were just like, stabs him.
Well, we're actually here to talk to you about that help.
Okay. And he kind of like he reaches into his desk and he hands like Cassius a baseball card kind of like it's a wood cut with like his stats and an image of him carved onto it, and it's like got bronze around the edge.
Of course.
Yes, it's a bronze one.
Translated in character sheet.
And like on the back is like his signature, like scored into the wood with like heat, like he took like a piece of hot metal and like scored his signature into the back of the wood. Yes, and then filled it with bronze. And he slides that over to Cassius.
He like holds on it and just like kind of stares at it just intently. Doesn't look up from it. Just kind of like stares at it for a moment, and then he just quietly looks and like almost faints from just excitement.
He swoons.
He's trembling so much that for a minute, like he forgets to breathe and just clumps over and then sits back up for a moment.
Okay. So he... All right.
He really likes
sits
the
down
games.
and all right then. Well, talk to me.
Let's show him our stuff.
Are we jumping right out?
Pulls out his sword immediately.
So since this group, I wasn't part of the games right now, but you probably haven't seen me. I was in a wedding, the whole crime family thing. It's for nothing. But we've kind of taken on this mission, and we're undertaking it and collecting a lot of the old artifacts.
Kind of glances at the cloak and the blade. Okay.
And
It's not a hard no yet.
we heard about these artifacts, and they were interesting, and we heard you were the last person to have them.
Kind of.
So we are seeking you out to see if you would ever think of parting with them.
Kind of.
I know they probably have a lot of sentimental value to you.
What do you?
We weren't even sure you'd be here, honestly.
Why are you collecting them? And at this point, he's got kind of like his arm like on the armrest of his chair like this, and like he's kind of puffing himself out like
He's big, right?
Yeah,
he's like as big as me.
Yeah, like as big as a human could get, and
Like the biggest human.
yeah, he's like the biggest human.
He's like a small Goliath.
Yeah. So he's kind of like trying to like present like kind of like creditors like arguing back and forth, like he's trying to be bigger than he actually is, like while talking to you.
I try to glance around the room and just kind of get everyone's like. Do we tell him? Like,
Yeah, powwow. Were we going to tell him that we're trying to save the world? I don't know.
I'd say yes.
I don't see why not.
Right.
At this point,
I guess.
it's kind of like getting a little quiet there. He just Cassius screams with a broken like squeak. My name's Cassius.
I know. You did good in the games, buddy. You see another card. He slides another like just slides another card to you.
Like he gets really excited for a minute there, and then he realizes that there's two. It doesn't pass out this time, but he just looks real like he thought it was special for a second there, like he had the only one. And that little faint realization.
Heather has hatched a Farfetch'd and a Mr. Mime.
Nice.
She's doing great.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
doing good things.
Good job, Heather.
She's probably gonna get a Kangaskhan by the time she gets home.
Just the realization that he didn't have the only one in the world.
Mr. Mime.
A tiny tear wells up in the corner of his eye.
She hatched a Mime and a Farfetch'd tonight.
Another one?
No, just one Mime and one Farfetch'd.
Okay. I've got a lot.
At the very
I'm
least,
basically useless in this.
Dobos.
Useless.
At the very least, Dobos, we're trying to bring back the seasons.
What?
At worst, we might be trying to save the world.
All right, and you need
All the help we can
As
get.
many of these as we can get.
All the help we can get.
He makes an insight check and rolls really really well and detects your genuine like we're trying to save the world and we need the artifacts to do that. His eyes like oh you guys are fucking serious, all right.
Yeah, we've done a lot of impressive
He
things.
says, well, fuck, yeah, if you're trying to cool down this fiery ball of hate we call Hasta, yeah, like, and he, like, rises from the seat and, like goes to, like, grab the stuff. And, like, he's reaching out to, like, grab the cloak and the blade, and he's like, oh. And, like, he makes, like, an audible groan, like, fuck. And he turns to you guys, and he looks real fucking sheepish. And he's like, I didn't think I was the same as these fucking Goliath elders that run this bronze-covered shithole. I'm trying to do good in the city. I really, really am, and I hate to be the same self-absorbed fuckhead that all the other senators and elders are. But I gotta ask you for something in return before I can just hand off 2 pieces of my own legend.
Come with us and save the
Understandable.
world.
I mean,
I'm being serious. Carton says that to him.
I'm trying to do good here, and like an adventure sounds great about now, but
Bringing
I
the
gotta.
seasons back will do good here.
Well, I can't. I got people depending on me here in the city. I can't.
well,
I mean, is that something I can roll a persuasion check for?
that's
I don't
fair.
have great persuasion.
But think about, you know, you just
Think about the children.
Yeah.
you just let us
Borrow.
borrow those right now, and that's on you. That's in your name. You can use that for your political advantage.
Everything well, I
Yeah,
can't.
but everything in Crannom is about reputation, and my reputation, whatever I actually do, it is that I'm a hard ass from the games, and if I give up my sword and my cloak that are part of my legend, my reputation takes a dive.
Who has to know that though? We take these, we walk out of the city, and we don't tell.
Think of it as funding an expedition that saves the world. You can spin this. You can spin this.
Plus, how
You're a
hard
politician.
how hard will you seem when you tell the people of Crannom that you don't need those items? It was you, not the items.
Bang.
Wow, we are convincing. This
Boom,
is good.
headshot. I mean, he has a point.
Magic swords and cloaks don't kill people.
Yeah,
Kill
kill
skills.
people with magic swords and cloaks. So I personally think that you'd be very well suited for this expedition. And
You're gonna try and recruit another NPC?
I mean, can I roll a persuasion check? I don't have a good persuasion.
I can't promise you that it's going to succeed, even if it's high. But yeah, you can try.
Natural 20s are a thing, right?
Doesn't mean it succeeds, though.
That's a 10.
Okay.
So I wouldn't count on that.
So his aide comes in, and he hands Dobos a slip of paper, and Dobos says, "My thanks, Gavin." And he looks it over, he's reading it, and his eyes like, he looks at you guys. Did you guys take out Ardar Hargroove?
Domino looks at the ground, doesn't say a word.
Carnan looks at Hargroove.
In the middle of fucking Breakwater?
I told you we did awesome stuff.
Technically, we didn't do it in Breakwater.
He goes,
Fuck. He died outside, so
Technically.
More like
we're traveling with his
outside
daughter.
the walls.
It was fine. It's in the family.
family? Like, that's a thing.
Dom, did you say that?
Yeah.
Dom was pissed at him saying that.
What are you gonna do? Send someone to kill us?
This guy's cool.
Again?
Now Kendar is a kinslayer.
He tried to kill everybody she knew.
Yeah.
It's retaliation. It's not kinslaying at that point.
Tell that to Jamie Lannister.
So,
Look, I'll give you
Tyrion Lannister.
I'll give you the blade and I'll give you my cloak. I need a little bit to tweak my legend and my reputation here in the city is all.
do you need
Look,
gold?
It'll take like a night of work from you guys.
Oh,
These are pretty big things, so I think we can probably swing it.
that's
night
that's
of work,
more
you
than
say.
It's a pretty big deal.
Well,
At
it
this
depends.
point,
What are
he's
we
got
doing?
his dagger out again. He's ready to start cutting.
Cass is ready to spread more blows. No, it's okay. Just no. Why do you have? Is that Luzhgao stone?
Yeah?
I didn't know that was a thing that could be made. It can't be Luzhgao stone. And he rolls up his sleeve, taps a stud.
Try it.
Okay, so it's a Luzhgao stone. That's weird. Where did you get a human-sized suit? I'll give you the cloak and the blade right now for that.
No.
No questions asked.
I don't
And
think.
I'll throw
what he wants. Then.
and I'll throw 10 grand in.
Holy fuck.
We could probably get Crannom to make another suit.
Would you be mad if we give it away? Not if we trade it for that, right?
No, it's for the
Dude, it's fucking Blackstone armor.
No, you don't want this. It's not bronzed even. You know how much this is hurt your reputation?
Just allow us to have some jobs for him.
That's not gonna fit you. He's like half the size of you.
He was just gonna have us do some jobs, guys. Come on.
I mean, if you want it as a conversation piece, maybe, but
So what is this?
You raised some good points. You're Turok, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you raised some good points, man.
So
Okay.
yeah. I
So-
mean, gold is not a thing to me. So I mean, this is not
So
He
really.
doesn't like magic items. He doesn't like gold. Yeah, there's
have
basically
a
no way
fu-
you're getting this off him.
I have a fuckload of gold.
we have dragons. Would you,
so
would you partake
he yells
in a
out to
dragon?
Davin.
You take bronze?
He yells out to Davin, and he says, Davin, go home. You're done for the day. And the aide's like, but sir! And Dovus is, you're done. Go home.
Run home as fast as you can.
Run home as fast as you can. Tell your mother I'll be home soon.
Oh my!
No, that's not.
So he's banging.
Is
his
it actually his
servant's
son?
mom?
No.
Don't talk to anybody on the way.
He's banging his servant's mom.
He says something to the effect of, Davin, you're done. Go home. I'm not going to make you collateral damage in the courts. Just go home. Yeah, just like, okay. But sir.
Do I still get paid a full day?
Of course. So Dovos is sitting down now, and you guys are sitting or standing as you're comfortable. And he says, like I said, everything in the city's government is reputation and perceived strength. Enemies don't come at you head on in the streets with knives. Sometimes they hire people to do that, but like they don't come at you. They talk quietly in back rooms with your other enemies, and they craft webs and plans and little traps that lock you in a corner until you have no power and you're stuck there.
All right, who do we gotta kill?
Nobody. We're not killing anyone tonight.
Oh,
What I need to do is drive my enemies to the point where they're pissed off and stupid enough to pay someone to come at me in the street, so that it's a big, nasty affair that I can shut down and prove to everyone that it's not the gear.
All right, that
Here.
seems fair.
He's
saying
The sword and the shield.
He wants to prove to everybody that he doesn't need it.
Like, he needs a big, flashy show to show that he's Dovos Manoth, winner of the games, and he can still kick it even when he doesn't have all his gear.
big and flashy. Is my
Can we just hire people to attack you?
That would be silly. There'd be a record. That'd be.
You're gonna kill him. just an idea.
We
It
can
seems
say-
it seems like a shorter route.
Let's put a pin in that one.
Seems like a short
fucking
route.
Let's
brilliant,
hear his idea.
actually.
Unless someone keeps books somewhere.
It's actually a really good idea. The only problem is they all get together and nobody hired them.
You know how hired murderers talk.
So,
We wrote the DM.
so he says, all right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to release a statement today. Say that I'm bequeathing the blade and the cloak to you guys, the abandoned. I'm fostering a new generation of adventurers and heroes and stuff, leaving me vulnerable. Hopefully, it hasn't gotten around that you guys kill politicians like that.
Well, I mean, how did you
It got
know
to you.
we
That
did
might
it?
help your case.
I mean, news, travels.
Yeah,
All
just
just tell each other things. I don't know. Davin brings me information.
Well, and that's the problem. It travels to other people too.
Speak with dead.
Speak with Dad. That's an option. So I'm going to release a statement that says that I'm bequeathing the blade and the cloak to you.
What do we do? Oh, never mind. I'm not even gonna say anything.
What?
If people come for us because of the murder.
What?
I'm not gonna give you any ideas.
Do you think I don't have ideas?
He doesn't meta.
Give him ideas, we can deal with it.
That's half the fun.
Well, I was gonna say, if they can resurrect those soldiers, why don't they just resurrect Ardar Hargroove?
Oh my god, I never considered that.
Wait, you considered that? God damn it!
Did I?
I was
Did
like,
we take the body?
We should have done something with the body. Yeah.
What do we do with it?
Left it there?
Left
on the
it right on the
ground.
ground.
Damn it.
Frozen. Preserved, so, in case someone wants to come by in like a few years,
Right.
even.
Hopefully
Oh, I
it
did. It wasn't frozen.
I
You
release-
fucking blade.
I'll release a statement that basically says to all the other politicians that I'm vulnerable.
We're idiots.
Criers and papers will
That's
pick it
a
up,
thing.
spread it around. My reputation will bottom out pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
Tonight, while everyone is talking behind closed doors about how the savage old ghost is finally toothless and can be fucked with, I need you guys to fuck up some of my rivals.
So
Do you have like a calling card that we can leave?
No. we're
Yeah,
gonna
how
be-
will they know it's you?
That's
Yeah.
Well, I have ideas about that.
we kill him.
Let's just leave pins from the games.
Do you have more of these?
Damn, Heather got 3 Mr. Mimes and 1 Farfetch.
So you got a Mr. Mime now.
Yeah, I do.
He
One
pulls
right
out. He pulls out
That boy.
the card. He's like, "Do you have more of these?"
I mean,
He opens a drawer and it's literally packed.
I mean, yeah.
Those seem pretty big.
But
right?
this isn't about being obvious. This is about counting coup. You know what counting coup is? It's where you do something impressive. You're bold and brave.
So do you leave like a certain pattern in bodies with swords or something?
We leave belt buckles.
Oh my fuck!
Forgot all about that.
Why do we have to go back to that? That poor guy.
I mean, if he thinks it's gonna work, I just don't know how they'll know it's you
It was all your fault, Kevin. You,
and be able to direct an attack to
Well,
you
they did
after
it.
that.
I
just
have
make
some
sex
ideas.
noises.
I
He's got
blame
some
you
ideas.
for all
Okay.
of it.
He's got some ideas.
He's got it thought out.
You helped it along.
He's a politician.
He's a politician. So,
He's
all right.
That's how our podcast.
There's a
got
moneylender.
rating.
There's a moneylender by the name of Cashel Shrone. She's a human moneylender. She preys mostly on junkies and desert folk and other desperate types that find themselves in the city with no ability to, no allies, no money, and that sort of thing.
Oh, this could look-
Charges ruthless interest. It's enforced by some small-time bruisers, and she acts as like a fixer for some unsavory political elements. Basically, she sells slaves to Millen. That's what she does. Anyone that the elders consider a political dissident, she pipeline right to Millen.
Why can't we kill her?
Because dead people don't talk.
No, apparently they do.
Speak with dead. They do.
Well, if we burn them,
They don't if you burn
we're
them.
gonna be better at burning bodies now. I guarantee it.
I think it's an
We
image
got a pretty
thing.
good spear.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Pretty
probably,
hot spear.
it's probably perfect for burning bodies.
It is probably.
You're real. I think it's more of a political thing. Because trust me, we're really good at just killing things. If that were the option, well,
Well, if that were the thing, he would have killed him. He's good at killing things.
Yeah.
that's a good point.
And if I could want her dead, I could do it myself. But
So we need her intimidated.
yes, intimidated.
We're good at that.
We need to tank her reputation. We're working to tank her reputation.
We sell her to slavery.
Yes.
How much
No.
lower can a
Not a
slave
slave.
trader's reputation
So
get?
wait, so we're bringing everybody else down to our level to make us better.
We're knocking people's reputations down to improve mine.
He's not
$15
doing
an hour
anything.
minimum wage, yay!
We're knocking other people's reputation. The goal here is to hit other people's reputation, to make them look weak, to make them want to respond.
Okay.
To make you
I
look
can
weak.
appreciate
Also,
this.
Yes. But then we kick their fucking ass.
and then you look strong.
And then I look strong. And then I've already given you guys my stuff, and my position here is secure.
Okay.
Everybody wins.
It seems like it's got holes, but it'll work.
Nothing's certain. Nothing's for sure. So, anyway, she's also connecting to funneling political dissidents, blah, blah, keeping my son's hair. Blah, 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 y'all get my drift.
Yada yada.
Is there anyone not connected to
Et
political
cetera, et
dissidents?
cetera, et cetera.
Everyone's connected to political dissidents. You can find her at her office on Bras and Bull Street. The lower floor is her office, the upper is her residence, and just find a way to count coup. Don't kill her or any of her bruisers she has on hand. Don't even bloody her nose. Just do something or find something we can use as a blow to her reputation. Nothing simple.
Like receipts for slaves?
I mean, she does that with the tacit approval of the Elder Council. I don't know how much that'll harm her reputation.
Maybe in the public eye, which is
Maybe in
what
the public
matters,
eye?
right?
Yes, that's
Does the public know?
that's hard to say.
Does
Maybe.
the public care?
Maybe. Probably not if it's humans.
I was gonna say, is it mostly humans?
It's mostly humans.
I'm getting a vibe.
It's
I'm
mostly
getting a vibe
humans.
around here.
She's got way more coin in the banks than she does in her office, so it's not going to be something that as simple as stealing money from her. She's known to be a collector of rare coins, wine, paintings. She's got a small wing, like more of a closet, really, of paintings she loaned to Wasp's Great Museum. So, you know.
So we're stealing things from her?
Or we can steal them and sell them.
Put them on display in the middle of the market. Everyone knows that we got them.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't even sell them. You just put them out in the middle of the market. Right in the ground, where everyone can see.
What if we like painted?
If we go in,
Dipped them in bronze.
That would be a boon. They would be more valuable. But the thinking, I think, is
Dipped
right.
them in.
If we go take all our stuff and they
What if
couldn't
we
do
put
anything
them-
about it, and that makes them look bad, right?
What if we put them in
So if they
iron
lose
portrait
things.
frames?
Ooh, we take all the bronze off our house. Can we take all the bronze off our house?
I mean, you have to get a look at the house first.
If she's a blacksmith,
What's the most important piece of
we
bronze
can
in a
just
house?
cut a hole in the wall.
The door?
The door.
We'll take the door.
Okay.
Let's take the.
All right.
I'm
I'll
almost
never
not
expect it.
So, he says, come back, go to her place right now. Come back when you're done there. Find something that's going to be a blow to her reputation, and we'll go from there. I got some other ideas about who we can hit and what we can do. But just start here with Cashel Shrome.
Is it breaking and entering if you take the door but never enter?
Oh,
It's just breaking. Yeah, it's just breaking.
does Cassius say that?
Like
Like mutter it under his breath, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. That reminds me. He opens a drawer in his desk, pulls out a scroll, and uses a quill to jot all your names down on it. And then he uses some sand to draw their ink, and he rolls it up, and he drips some wax on it, and presses a signet ring into it. It's got like kind of like a wraithy, ghosty looking figure embossed into the wax now. And he hands it to you guys and says, "This is a scroll of senatorial immunity. If bronzemen find you doing something you shouldn't be, and are prepared to arrest you and haul you off to jail, you hand this over to them, and they have to let you go, no questions asked, because this scroll says you're doing something at the request of an elder or a sitting senator. But you got to be careful."
I'll let you finish. How respected is your scroll?
It doesn't matter. It's not my scroll.
But it has your sign. Your sig.
It's the law.
Okay.
But this that
People,
kind of,
people don't seem to like you so much.
that kind of dovetails with my next point.
Okay.
You have to be careful about how you use them, because if you're in a place and you hand over the scroll, like, they can't arrest you from breaking and entering, but they can arrest you for trespassing because you're still in the place after you hand over the scroll. So you got to be crafty
It's a get out of jail free card once.
once, and you have to be smart about how you use it.
Okay.
So
So walk out of the street, hand him the scroll.
yes,
So if you kill a guy, take your weapon.
it doesn't apply to murder.
And
It,
then
does,
show
it doesn't apply to. Don't murder anyone. Don't murder anyone. Don't murder anyone, and then hand Bronzeman my scroll of senatorial.
So-
There you go. This is from him.
Don't do that.
By murder, you mean
He said it was okay.
Kill? Like
Don't
take
murder.
life?
Don't kill anyone.
okay? That's more.
And then we go right.
No, don't kill anyone. Don't kill anyone.
I get what you're
I
saying.
understand what you're.
We're on
saying.
record as saying don't kill anybody.
Don't kill anyone. Don't kill anyone.
Right. We won't kill anyone.
Oh God. Oh, by the seasons.
I mean, he didn't hire us until after he found out we're assassins.
Oh, the seasons. So anyway,
This is gonna be amazing.
do you guys go do this?
Yeah,
Yes,
let's do
okay. You head out to Brazen Way, and it's in the southwest corner of the city. Just as Dovo said, the office is home to Cashel Shrome. It's a 2-story building. It's not Lujgau stone. It's just wooden stone construction, heavy bronze banded door, large windows in front with bronze polished bars over them.
I can look inside.
You can.
And I don't have to attack anybody.
You don't.
I just thought of that. It's not just an attacking tool. I can look through people's shadows and not throw a spear at them.
Okay. So there's a shadow on the lower floor, and then another shadow on the lower floor, and another shadow on the lower floor that are all attached to people.
I guess I want a gist of how many shadows there are.
How many shadows? There are countless
Inside.
shadows.
Inside?
Inside.
Oh, it's like a big building.
Well, there's a lot of light sources and a lot of
Oh,
things.
like attached to people, I guess, specifically.
Specifically attached
Yes.
to people?
Yeah, that would be the most important number, I think.
There are 3 shadows on the lower floor that are attached to people. And there are two bruisers, 4 shadows. 4 shadows on the lower floor. And there's like 2 bruiser dudes standing outside the main door that you can clearly see as you approach.
He can step through his shadow vision, right?
Yes, but it damages him just like it would anyone that goes through it.
Can he push things through the shadow? Like, if you were to take his spear, can he pull things through it? Like objects?
Yes, but again, they take damage, which may not be an issue. Like if you're pulling a big block of metal through the shadow world,
Like a painting?
it getting cold isn't going to be a problem. But
I could always jump through, grab someone, and jump out.
I also had another idea.
Yeah, but we don't know how much health, meta, we don't know how much health they have.
so as you guys kind of approach, there are 2 bruisers standing out front. They're not wearing armor or anything. They don't have swords. They just got like these short-handled like bronze equivalent of a lead pipe.
A bronze pipe.
It's
Bronze
like a billy club.
It's a bronze pipe club. And you can see through these wide open windows in the lower floor that are barred. There's a human woman with dark, shiny hair that looks like it's been well oiled and coiffed and stuff. She's sitting at a desk going over some paperwork, and you catch sight of at least 2 guys standing in there with her, like similar, like thuggish looking dudes with clubs.
That's what we do. We shave her head.
She's a Goliath, isn't she?
No, she's human,
She's human, okay.
so she has hair.
She's very proud
And
of
it's
her
not a
hair.
wig.
But she mostly sells humans into slavery.
Yes.
Because my idea was, what if we made it look like she was putting high-ranking Goliath into slavery?
Or just any Goliath. Most of the public is Goliath. They seem to be
Do you
rather
volunteer?
non-human.
Are you volunteering?
I don't want to go into slavery now.
Because if you just step through the shadows and just steal, like, I don't know, like a manifest or something of slaves traded.
Well, that looks to be her office, so if she's drawn out of the office, I could jump into it.
Claim
If you could make a ruckus at the
claim
door
that you
or
were
something.
captured by her.
Or just grab whatever she's working on and jump back in.
Okay.
Into the alleyway or something and just whistle when I'm out. I don't know.
I mean,
Can he send like a hand through and like tap someone with it, or is he gonna take damage from that
He'll
too?
take damage from that. Anytime anything passes through the shadows,
I have been into it, so I know it doesn't kill me.
Well, I just meant like if you're gonna hop twice, because if you were to hop in, grab it, hop out, and then if the signals whistle,
dragons are getting bored on your shoulders.
seems legit.
I mean, as long as she's not in her office, I can get into it.
I'm
Because there's
assuming
light
I've been-
sources.
Beating them.
And then I could come outside and just tell you guys, like, hey, I did it. And then we'd be like, there's no more ruckus. Like, just
They're
act
starting
like-
to try to climb down. Like, do you let them climb down to the ground, or do you...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They hang around your feet for a while. Scurry back and forth, sniff at corners.
Yeah, I don't know what the best way to get her.
I'm still
That
on
would
with
be?
the painting idea. I think that'll be the simplest thing to get at. Would be those, and then you put them on display, and she has no idea how anyone got in there in the middle of the day.
It's about
That's a really good point.
It's about 9 o'clock at night, so
Well,
a couple more
but-
hours of daylight left.
Would anyone else even know that those are her paintings?
She would.
Well, they've been on display at Will
But she's not, like-
She knows that reputation matters, so someone out there would know that she donated them to Will at one point and had her name attached to it.
Could be.
I mean, whether or
But
not
we have
those
to
people
hurt them
see it.
in the public eye, I think, more than anything. Because that's where every politician's power comes from, is what I'm getting the gist
Is
of,
this
kind of.
democracy?
Or are we trying to hurt it?
Technically,
I guess, are we trying to hurt her in the eyes of the other politicians?
yes.
Because
Probably
they would
both.
probably know about her paintings then. They've probably seen, if she has like a really nice one in her office, maybe, that she prizes above all else.
Do you want to take a closer look at the
Yeah,
upper
if I
floor?
could look at the walls or
At
something.
the upper floor?
Yeah.
I just, because, I mean,
So you're kind of... There's not a lot of light and thus not a lot of shadows, but there's one glow globe on upstairs. You do okay with the perception check. You can kind of... You get the impression that, like, there are racks, cases of coins on the walls. Like, you can kind of see them a little easier because, like, some of them, the light of the glow globe reflects off the glass and the metal of the coins. There's like 3 cases of coins and like 4 paintings. You think one's of a crowsank?
So she collects those old coins, though, right?
Yes, she collects old coins. 3 paintings. There's 3 paintings.
3 paintings and some coins. A couple racks of coins.
Yeah. And the upstairs is kind of like you see like a kind of vague shapes of like it's a bedroom, a sitting room, a bathroom, a kitchen. Kind of, it's all one big room.
This is like her. This is her living
space.
area. Yeah.
It's her living space.
So this
The
would
top
be
one.
like her personal things.
Her
things
personal
that she
stuff,
likes.
Yeah.
So I share this information with the group after I come out of whatever this is called, the Shadow Realm.
Shadow Realm.
I mean, it's an option.
And you said there's not very many light sources up there, so probably there's nobody up there that I can think of.
Yeah,
know,
you can find...
They would probably have a light on if they were in
You
their
couldn't find
living
any
area.
human-shaped shadows or Goliath-shaped shadows.
So I could probably go in upstairs. And then grab everything and jump back out before anybody can get to me.
What if you can't?
I mean, as long as there's shadows, I should be able to jump out before anybody can grab me, at least. If I have to abort, we can take a different angle. I don't know what... I mean, I don't know how we're going to get past these thugs and in to begin with.
You don't have to kill me, you just beat them up. You're just holding, like, bronze pipes, and they're not, like, warriors.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys would be great at beating up junkies and poor people. But
Poor junkies.
But
Poor
we're like in the square, right? This is like downtown, kind of.
not downtown, but yeah, it's
Guards are patrolling and things. I'm assuming, though.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not constantly watching, but they go by, right?
Yeah.
So
There's a populace.
There are people.
right, so people would hear about it if we created a scene, and that puts us on a time limit. And then we have to associate his name with it, and it's a whole thing. I don't know.
Could we put an iron statue in there?
And don't take anything but leave an iron statue.
bandits who just leave iron statues everywhere in the city.
Well, like, take anything out of there, like, statue-wise that's bronze, and just replace it with something that's iron, like, she doesn't truly value. I don't know.
But then she'd probably never tell
It's of
anybody.
higher quality, but it's iron.
Anybody else would be psyched, but
see,
in Crannom,
my problem with
they
all
are
that-
disgusted.
My problem with all this, I feel like the most effective thing for him would be a show of force.
But he doesn't want that.
No, he said don't kill
You
anybody.
said don't kill anyone.
I guess he wants to weaken them in the public eye.
The show of force will
Or
probably
the
come
iron
In the eye of
when he doesn't
politicians.
have his weapons later, if
Okay.
needed.
Yeah, his goal is to lure them into a show force that he can respond to with
Okay.
force
Okay.
without his cloak and his sword.
We could just trash her house
So-
and then leave. Like, the outside, because then everyone can see it, the politicians are going to hear about it, it makes her look weak, unable to protect herself and her things, really. So we can just, like,
That's not a bad idea.
and then run off.
Or, like, he steps through
Get a
the
crowbar
shadow,
and
you
spy
stab your
off all the
spear through
bronze.
it, the shadow, light it, top burns,
Go up there with some sandpaper, just...
you know,
Scuff it up.
start a fire in her house on the
We're
third
looking
floor
around.
with no reason where.
Actually, we can just destroy the outside.
Can I throw my spear through his shadow?
I would be very interested to see how
If
that
you
worked.
hold hands,
You won't be able to get it back, though.
you can tie a tendril to it.
I mean, I don't control the tendrils. They're attached to the spear.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you tied like a rope to it,
you tie your spear to it.
throw yours. Tie it to my spear, and I throw my
Should
spear.
we just throw like a flask of oil through it?
He could.
I could. Probably.
Like rocket.
How far can you? How far
Well, you
in the
know,
distance
throw a
between
dragon
two
through
shadows
it.
you do?
100 feet.
100 feet.
Okay.
Throw a dragon through
That's
it.
no good for what I want.
Can I try one of those pepperonis?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no! Don't hand me the bag.
We can throw a dragon through it.
Yes, good.
And just leave a
I
dragon.
think that's a good way to lose a dragon.
That's not how to train a dragon. Put him.
You worked hard to get it though.
I know. I'm just fucking around. I'm not throwing my dragon through a fucking cross portal or shadow portal.
I think we're overthinking this. I think we just, like he said, damage your property somehow and
I say you take the spear and just fuck her house
Just
up.
warp it all to shit.
Yeah.
How close an eye are you keeping on the dragons, Crannom?
Fuck.
That sounds like not at all.
No, I mean, I'm not really trying to let him get more than 10, 15 feet from me.
Okay.
Were you ready to be a father?
Dude, I mean, let's fucking be real here. Who knows how to fucking raise a dragon?
Smoog starts to kind of get close to like the street, like to the point where like passersby are like, is that a dragon? is that a dragon?
It is. It is a
You
dragon.
should get it a little T-shirt that says "Yes, I'm a dragon."
How does Carmen react to this? What does he do?
I don't react to the people.
Okay.
I'm in training. Please
I
do not tell.
try to lure him back with with some
Get it
with
up
some
best.
beetles.
It's like
Okay.
it's a working dragon. It has a job. Okay.
Do you like?
It's a-
Hey,
it's a
don't do that.
CGI
Stay
dragon.
close or anything like that.
Donald
No.
sees.
Nope.
Donald
Just
sees.
let it be its own decision.
Okay.
Does it
Donald
come back?
sees-
Yeah. Like as long as you keep providing it food, it's gonna keep coming back.
I mean, how much food will they? I mean, will they eat constantly?
They will eat constantly.
Good.
They will
This
grow.
is a good thing.
They will grow as big as their food supply allows, and that will lead to accelerated.
How
growth rates.
many pounds of beetles? I mean, do I have an ample supply of beetles?
Oh yeah, infinite supply of beetles.
You can feed it jerky, things like that too.
You've only got like
They
10
like stuff.
fingers and 10 toes though, so make sure there's always beetles.
Donald.
As he sees the dragon starting to get distracted, us arguing about what we should do, where we should go, Domino says, "Enough talk. We're going with your Reels plan," and walks up, clicks his spear on as he's walking up, and starts carving an S into the side of her house.
Okay.
Does Domino know what an
If
S
he gets
is?
past the S, he goes to an L.
Does Domino know what an S is? He's illiterate.
Fuck.
This is what I think an S would be.
It's backwards. It's pointed.
I asked your reel to like rough out slaver for me, that I can carve it out.
So your reel's playing with the bronze plate.
I go stand between him and the thugs.
The thugs are like, "What the fuck are you two doing?" And like they raise their clubs and they're about to attack you. Like, do you guys like put them down?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, point my spear toward him, walk the fuck away.
So the two like come at you guys, and like Turok just like wipes the floor with them, like literally, like there are teeth everywhere, but they're still alive. And the two other come, like one was a Goliath, one was a human, and like three more come out, and like there's two humans and a Goliath, and like you guys like, I mean, like I said, they would be good at putting down, like giving junkies a hard time, but like
So like me and your reel can focus on that, while Cassius and
like Cassius, Turok, and
fuck shit
Carmen are
up.
just like passing these guys around, like just like fucking bouncing their heads off the pavement. And
Have I been able to find a thorn whip stud?
do you want to shop for one?
At some point.
Okay, we'll resolve.
It'll be a bronze thorn with me.
So we're just gonna bind these guys up?
I'm putting it in a
What do you do to them?
Yeah, I think we bind them. I'd like to start binding them up,
Okay.
and we want to drag. I want to drag them into the entryway
Okay.
and leave them there.
One of the dragons tries to take a bite of him. Ooh. Do you stop him?
Just a bite.
They're poisonous.
It's going to start with a bite.
There's a lot of poison in those.
They're venomous,
things,
I think.
remember?
And these guys are already beat up.
Yeah.
And they're weak. We're not supposed to kill anybody. Handle your dragons.
And they let your dragons in the
Try to learn
city.
how to milk them.
So, how long do I have to react to that?
You can make a decision right now.
Well, no, I'm just saying, is it something that I'm going to be able to distract it with food?
It depends on what you do to distract them from food. With food.
I stick my hand down in front of its face with a beetle in it.
You kind of.
You want an animal handling? You want
Bites
an
the
animal
beetle.
handling check?
No.
Okay. And I keep trying to lure it back away with the beetle. Yeah, just put your little tablet
That was
scared
close.
me.
That was close.
Okay, good job.
Almost murdered thugs.
Yeah, pretty much. That's 46 poison. And they don't
You
have
died.
that many hit points.
You died.
They don't have that many hit points.
So Casual Strong comes up. What the fuck are you guys doing? Who the fuck are you guys? And like, Uriel's like,
And Dom goes right behind him, tracing.
what the fuck is that spear? What are those dragons? What is going on here?
Wait, who is this?
The lady
Casual
where-
Strong,
where-
the lady.
Oh,
The lady we're slandering.
Were we leaving the cards as markers?
I don't know. Were you?
I kind of don't think we intended for her to come down, did we?
Drop one and walk away.
I don't think we are.
You fucks are working for Dovos.
And I hit her on the head.
Usually you hit it out of her hand.
No,
I say I hit her on the head.
she goes down. She's out.
Oh my fuck. We just did
Take that card back. She knows. She can tell someone. We don't want evidence.
We might as
We
well
need-
take the coins now.
Yeah, I was gonna
We got-
say.
yeah.
I mean,
So you're
Yeah, let's Robert.
I'm gonna run upstairs. I'm running upstairs.
I'll
real
come
quick.
with you.
I feel like we
assume
need
we're
him to
done
be able to
tracing.
deny
So-
this, but for them to know that it was him.
So you.
Yeah, that's good then.
No,
She'll know.
let's
S,
rob this bitch
and you get to
blind,
the
though.
L.
What's
Like,
the
are you
point
trying to
of
like
it?
melt bronze, or like you carving into stone, or like what's the?
Would you?
I'd say like all the way through.
Okay.
I assume the walls aren't
fuck.
that.
It has to be
thick.
replaced.
No.
She's not polishing it. It has to be replaced.
So you fucking just carve S L like A V, and then a bronzeman comes up and he's drinking some coffee. Like he's got a thermos kind of thing, like coffee. Well, this is interesting.
We already dragged the bodies into the.
He blows on a whistle. Like
I
almost
slap it out of his hands. What's happening? No, just the whistle. Just the whistle. He's alarming people. Guys, we gotta haul ass.
No, we can't do that now.
I'm not done yet.
Oh my fuck. This is going on.
Oh god.
He just has Slav.
Wait, am I done here?
Is this a word? I don't know.
Oh my.
We're done. Yeah, we're done.
Are we done? Is it a take that long?
Yeah, we're done.
you leave the bronzeman just because like he's not attacking you.
I just snap his lips off. You didn't say shit. We run.
Oh my fuck.
Let's cheese it.
All right.
So what does he do? I mean,
He's one bronzeman. He's not gonna fight you guys.
He was just alerting guards.
We're melting.
Blew a whistle to get more bronzemen to come. Like,
so he's just letting us go?
yeah, he's not gonna chase after you.
All right.
Giant flaming.
There's like 5 thugs tied up on the ground. He's
No,
got a
they're
flaming
inside.
spear.
They're inside.
You have dragons.
Right.
2 dragons, a giant flaming spear. Like,
They might know it was us.
There's a guy.
I guess that's quite an image.
There's a guy in
Aren't
full
those the guys that had an
Blackstone.
audience with that guy earlier? No, those are different
So,
guys with dragons. Those... yeah, we better cheese it.
you go back to Dovos.
No, we better not. We gotta do something else, right? We can't run straight there.
Well, there was
we
more than
finish the
just
word
this lady,
slavery?
wasn't there?
Yeah, there was more, but he was gonna give more. When he returned.
I don't know that we need to do more after that. That's
Everybody
pretty
go.
effective.
Everybody should go lay low except one person who can go meet with him.
Okay.
I think that's.
I mean,
a good idea.
I'm the most low key.
No, you're not. You bastard.
I'll do it.
Full Blackstone.
I'll go.
Oh my
We either
god.
send Uriel or Turok.
I'm clearly
You
the
gotta
most
go?
low key.
I can go.
Okay.
I mean, everybody has
Cassius is
Blackstone
a
armor
little
dragons.
hurt by this, but he understands.
This is business. We mean business. Next.
Uriel comes back to Dovos, man.
I look a little nervous. Like I'm ready to get out of here.
So,
Itching.
what did you,
Oh, yeah, we did it. Yeah.
what'd
Yeah.
you do?
We
no,
did it.
It's what's the next job?
It's handled.
What did you, I mean, like, I was kind of expecting you guys to take her coins so I could just, like, start spending them on, like, street food and stuff.
Oh.
Like, what did you...
You know that makes sense. Yeah.
He really should have been more forward with that.
I mean, I didn't think of it until you guys like laughed, but I figured like that would be really great because like her coin collection is really popular with her. Like it's something she really loves.
Yeah.
No one's
And like for us to walk around just like throwing her these really expensive coins to like street vendors and stuff, like rather than like collectors, like that would be a really big blow to her.
We might have been a little overt.
What did you?
We beat up her guards and carved slavery to her house. And then we left.
I mean, yeah, like
It does the job.
I mean, does she know like it was me?
If she remembers it, yeah. She took a blow to the head after.
Oh my god, this is epic. We fucked stuff up.
Doesn't have spectacles, but
If he did.
We're not exactly subtle.
We stuff up so
No! He didn't know what he was hiring.
He's like,
So,
I think I can handle the rest of it.
We're not known for our mental stats.
Fuck, that's amazing.
12 intelligence and 10
so the second task involves
Oh, we're still getting it. Okay.
a restaurant. There's an elder of the city by the name of Oros Blackjaw. He's a fat fucker and a foodie. He owns a restaurant called the Brass Spork on Bronze Tortoise Avenue.
The brass sport, of course.
The chef is a real fancy fucking lad from Wallace. Never worked a day in his life at a real job. Not like you and me. You know, that's the subtext of the conversation. Place has fantastic reviews.
On Yelp.
It's amazing. I've eaten there and it's fucking amazing. The only people that can afford the place are elders and senators and rich fuckheads like Cash Al Shroom, you know.
Ask how much it is I have.
Same thing as with Shroom. Bust in, do something to damage the place's reputation in an obvious way.
Do you have any suggestions?
That's a great idea.
Tad bit
We took it a bit too far.
I think we poisoned the food or something.
I mean, there's a statue in the foyer of the place. It's a chef.
Fuck the food
holding
up.
Holding a
That's its
brass
reputation.
spork.
Fuck the food up.
My immediate thought was
Deface or steal?
give poor people enough money to go eat.
I mean,
there.
anything
I
that's
think
gonna
like a
take up
whole
the
drove of
reputation,
them in
you know, It's a
there.
food place, so anything that's gonna
That's not a bad
ruin the
idea.
quality of the food.
And then
You know,
poison
anything
the food.
obvious that's gonna.
So this is what we do, guys. We open the lantern so everybody gets really wealthy and they can afford to eat there.
Does the lantern spread wealth? No, did I miss something?
It turns
Yeah,
up the furnaces.
The furnaces start spewing out more and more stuff.
So it's like fucking mega inflation. It's like Argentina 2.0.
There have been some disruptions to the economies based on the furnaces of creation going overboard.
Except we don't want to really open it in the city because in order to get that effect, there's going to be a giant shadow monster we're not prepared to
We're
fight.
pretty sure it follows the lantern. We're like 99% sure.
Oh, okay. Well, that.
Whenever you open it,
that's a
it heads to
negative-
that location.
That seems like a negative
At least,
side
no,
effect.
at least twice. It has to be like at least
Yeah.
twice.
That seems
So-
like a
so
negative
far.
side effect.
There might be a once, and it shows up. But.
Yeah, we're not really 100% sure how it works.
Seems like a negative side effect.
Yeah, this thing pretty much spreads.
I mean, we could go in there and like corrupt the food somehow, like find out
I
where
think
he
you
gets
just
his
poop on the
supply.
plates.
Well,
Or
where he
you
gets his,
replace the spork with a big old dildo in the statue.
find
Yeah.
out who gets his supply, and then just tamper that with like E. coli or something.
Just poop in it, yeah.
So
I feel like that's us going overboard again.
Right, that's too far. That's
No,
like
that's
down
a
the
well
line.
better
That's-
way to do it, though.
If
you
we
meet up-
don't do it that
you
way
meet up with
now,
the rest of your party.
Kevin,
Yep.
Okay.
if we don't do it that way now, they're not going to know it was us. They're not going to tie it to him.
That's why I said we just get how much is it a head? I guess do we have any idea?
A standard like tavern would be a couple copper pieces for a meal. This is a couple gold pieces for a meal.
We have tons of gold. Let's pay a ton of poor people to go eat there right now.
I don't
totally
think-
should have stole her
I
fucking
actually
coins.
think that's a good
and
idea.
They could have used those to buy these meals. Damn it!
Twofer. Give me a twofer.
So are we gonna say, let's say,
We
4
go
gold
back and get
ahead?
the coins.
At least,
Okay.
depending
We come
on
around
dish.
back.
And tips, so let's give them
How
6.
many-
We don't
how
want to be
many-
rude.
How many
You know,
seats
they're
did you
gonna
say are in
guards.
the restaurant?
I don't know. You guys haven't been there yet.
Okay.
Let's go scope it out.
Okay.
So
So
what I think, and I'll personally finance this. We give 100
Yeah,
poor
we
people.
just fill the restaurant. With poor
100 poor people.
This sounds expensive.
I got dude.
It's only a couple gold ahead. He said.
That's 600 gold. That's not bad.
He's got like $8,000 worth of gold.
I'm fine.
You can give it to me, yeah. I'll go eat.
We're giving it to the poor. It's charity. Quit. We're gonna write it off.
This is a double. This is a double win.
How are they going to know it's him, though?
So
I say that Davos recommended we deface or steal the
What if we
bronze
hold a
statue.
contest? Oh,
I
no,
say we
that's
do
gonna take
both.
too long.
We can send the poor people in to face the statue.
Poor people go
And we can tell the poor people that they came courtesy of Davos.
Well, maybe if one person knows who it was, she'll link it to the string of attacks.
Because they're going to ask every single poor person, how did you afford to come here? Well, Davos.
Yeah,
Funded it. Ooh.
That's not a
Davos
bad
funded
idea.
it.
I like that.
That's
I like
perfect.
that. That's
Because
better.
that gets
He's
back,
for the people.
that gets back to him. That gets back.
That'll
to
help his
him.
reputation and hurt the other person's. Boom! Twofer!
So you guys
Dude,
run out to the city,
good idea.
find Braz and
Good
Boy.
job.
Good idea.
It's in the
Jacob.
southwest corner of the city. Wait,
We should all change. We should all change.
I'm stupid.
No.
Brown's Tortoise Avenue.
No, we should.
Why?
So you head
Because
over
now
to
the
Brown's
guard knows
Tortoise
what we
Avenue and
look
find
like.
the brass
They're
sport.
looking for
We
us.
have
in
this
a different
scroll.
part of the city.
It's about 11 at night. Sun's just about to set.
We're
I don't
outside.
know if we want to use it.
The place is still open.
Might undo everything.
Okay, how many seats does it? What's the
in the back,
max
getting ready to
capacity by
close.
fire code?
Do you go in the main foyer?
Yeah, just walk in.
Alright, you walk in. There's about a 15 foot by 15 foot like entry space, like with like a wooden stand and a greeter. Hello, welcome to the brass spork. And there's a statue of a human in a chef's jacket with a chef's hat, holding a brass spork upraised like a sword almost. And like there's a big U-shaped dining room, maybe I don't know, 2 dozen, 3 dozen tables. Some are occupied, some are not. Looks like they're kind of in that like gray area where they've got guests that are still hanging out and eating, but they're kind of like ready to close as soon as some guests leave.
Perfect.
So between 80 and 100 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're right at closing.
So is there?
Best time to go in a restaurant.
What's
Everyone knows that.
this sucks. I'd really like to have asked him if there's a. You know, I mean, could we, word on the street? I mean, is there a place that, like, typically homeless people,
Yeah, there are soup kitchens and like free clinics and stuff all over the city.
like outside? Because there a place like a bridge overpass that they. I mean,
there are soup kitchens and
There's
flop
places where these
houses.
people hang out.
Yeah, like there are
We
places.
could find 80 of these people. Easily, right?
Takes you 10 minutes to find 80 homeless people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's now 11:10.
It's now 11:10.
So they're gonna reject them probably to get in tonight. Okay.
No, they won't.
No,
Guys,
no.
They close at 12.
They're paying
You guys
customers.
walked in and were greeted with like complete politeness and asked how many
Okay.
in your party and if you wanted a.
So
Say
I
80.
I
We
dispersed
sit there, too.
500 gold between these 80.
We asked how long they were open.
We typically close around 11 or midnight, depending on when what our customers need.
I dispersed
Table-
500 gold
table
amongst
for
all
6.
these people.
Of course, this way.
Table for 66, please.
What? And Cardinal ran to the
He's
bathroom?
gonna go get his people. We're gonna go in, and then we'll start making an uproar. Like, is this the kind of people that are in this establishment? Like,
We're
under
this kind of
whispers?
people. We look like desert
Yeah,
travelers.
you guys look pretty rough.
Well, I mean, just get those words muttering. Like, we're not particularly like.
Who are those people?
Yeah.
All right.
You hired us.
You guys go to, would you like a booth or a table?
Somewhere in the corner
I've
somewhere.
always been a booth person.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
you guys
that.
get a booth. It's kind of like right by the kitchen. Like it's not like prominent seating, even though like most of the prominent seating is empty. But you guys get like a booth.
We get it.
And
We're that
there's
kind
like
of
there's
thing.
like a pair of double doors that lead into the kitchen. There's like a restroom and another restroom. Like one's labeled for men, one's labeled for women, and restroom basically means it's a wooden seat over a hole in the ground. So.
And I mean, I'm pretty prejudiced about the people I choose. I choose the rundown looking people.
Okay.
I mean, not.
Are
for the-
you coming? Do you come into the place at any point?
Oh, after all of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're coming towards the place.
Yeah, I mean, I pay.
With a horde of homeless people.
So okay, so how do we do this? So
Just send them in, like 2 at a time.
I mean, yeah, I stand about 20 feet from the door,
Okay.
and I send them in groups of 4.
Okay.
I hand them the cash, and they walk in.
Okay.
And I kind of wait maybe 2-3 minutes, send another group, send another group, send another group. So over a course of probably 45 minutes, I'll be putting people in there.
Okay. What do you guys order to eat? It's a pasta place.
I want the thing that takes the longest to cook, like the most extravagant thing in there. Just whatever.
Okay.
we're just gonna have waters.
Difficult.
Yes. And if you don't give it to me,
I'm not making my mind up yet, but that's the plan. Is
Take a lot of time.
yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, but make the waiter or waitress come back like 6 times.
Okay.
And then when they bring the food, it wasn't what you ordered.
Just suck your water down and shake it every time.
It's my birthday.
Shake
too.
the ice.
No, it's his birthday.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
It's
too.
his birthday.
We're celebrating.
That was last month.
Yeah, but I mean,
They don't know that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
his,
where-
I
show
just
me
tell
your
them
driver's
it's his
license.
birthday.
Yeah, can I see your ID?
Show me your driver's
Okay.
license.
So, you guys see this herd of like junkies and
Heard.
and like unofficial sex workers and that kind of stuff. Like all the like
I picked the
dregs
best of
of
the best.
like mistreated people of society, like abused people of society, just like coming in the doors and like there's a lot of commotion. Like the managers out there, and like no one's allowed, and everyone has ample coin, and like the manager's like, and like eventually people are just coming in and sitting down. You know, like it becomes too much for one man to say no one can come in. You know, it just like out of the foyer into the dining area, and like there are a couple like well-to-do people there, like looking like. And like these are stinky people. These are ugly people. These are misshapen people. These are the deformed and like, you know.
Well done, Jacob.
In the commotion, can I walk out of the front door and grab the statue?
It's inside.
It's about.
I just mean like walk away with it.
The statue itself is about 4 foot tall. The statue is solid bronze on a stone plinth
Pretty
with
heavy.
well, I mean, you don't know that it's solid bronze, but it's solid fucking bronze because
Right.
everything is fucking solid bronze.
How
because that's
strong
ridiculous.
is how
So, like,
strong
how
would
heavy
that,
is that?
would
And then
this
there's
spork be?
the brass spork.
So it look like you could snap the spork off with a little force.
I mean, with sufficient force, you could.
Just
Easily.
hang on the fork.
I mean, you're a big dude.
I want to do that.
He's got a.
I think you damage that
Yeah.
sport.
You've got the little daggers too. Like there's 9 of them. I know
Hmm?
everyone has at least one.
I'll do that then. I want the sport.
So
I
and
have
to be
3.
clear,
Well,
when I was handing the money to these people, because I know this will
4.
come up, I was telling
right
them
here.
who to say that they got the money from.
Okay.
I wasn't just sending them in. So the manager would have been informed at
Yeah,
some
so everyone
point
would have one,
Okay.
and then I
who
have
was
4
financing
right here.
this.
And then
So
Spare.
you're heading out.
Sorry.
Just
You
walking
got
out.
it.
I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
nonchalantly grab the spork.
Do you just like wrench it, or do you use a tooth?
A tooth. I think
Where do
that's
you
smart.
stab it?
Below the, like in the wrist. If he's holding it, I want the hand and the
Oh
spork.
fuck yeah! Get it.
Might want to go more towards the elbow. It's a pretty
Yeah, it
big.
sticks out like a foot.
Oh. Well, if it's
Or like the
destroyed.
shoulder.
If it's destroyed, then it's destroyed, I guess.
We'll just walk off with the upper half.
Well, it's
Where
just,
do you stab it?
I guess with new knowledge in the elbow.
In the elbow. So, from like a point on the elbow, like it all just rots away to like black sandy stuff that falls, leaving the bowl of the spork as the only piece left.
it's okay.
And like its shoulder portion is all kind of like kind of there, but
It's
kind of
damaged.
eaten into
That's
it.
all we
it's
need
damaged.
to do.
Save that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this, and I put it in my pocket, and I just go hang out outside.
Should have got like a pitchfork or something, like an iron pitchfork.
As you're standing outside, you see bronzemen approaching the restaurant.
I turn the wall. And I just
Are you
say,
guys still
I say
inside?
weird things like, "There's a commotion in there."
Yeah,
Okay.
we're still sitting in there.
Okay. So bronzemen come in.
Yep.
And they just go to town on the poor people and the destitute, just like the kind of police brutality that you know you hear about in rumors in our culture and see on like Instagram and like videos on YouTube and stuff of like people trying to get the cops in trouble. Just like fucking billy clubs everywhere, like caving in skulls and knocking out teeth and stuff. And like these people are being dragged out and just like piled up on the side of the street.
So, I guess
This isn't good for image either way, I think.
yeah, but that's not what I brought
Now.
these people here for.
Do you guys stop this?
Yeah, Crannom speaks up.
What is
We shouldn't make ourselves known, first of all, and we shouldn't fight town guards. Those are two things that break the entire thing we're doing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have brought these
so-
people here to have that happen.
So look at it.
I feel the exact same way.
If we let them beat these poor people up, people don't care about poor people. The rich people are going to care that, oh, the city's doing something, blah, blah, blah. We need them to stay here. People need to know that they paid.
Yeah, that's all I was going to speak up and say.
Because-
are they not paying customers? I say it.
I mean, that's where it would hurt him. Because if he cleans it up, then it's no problem.
You say, are they not paying?
Yeah.
Okay, so Crannom stands up and starts belting out at the.
That's where I'm.
That's all I say.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a simple
Do
statement.
you stand up or just
Hands
yell
out
from
of
your
the bag,
seat?
huh?
I just yelled
Yeah.
from my seat.
Okay. One of the bronzemen like looks over his shoulder like he's trying to pin down who said that. And
I just stay down.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Still beating people up.
I mean, they've been at this for a couple minutes and they're starting to drag people
Are
outside.
there guards like waiting outside, or are they all going in and?
Oh yeah, there's like a whole contingent of like 15 guards here.
Hmm.
And
Can
now
I
like
just shut the door?
Like
Can I just bar the door?
Can you use
You
your
trap
Oh,
everybody
you're from outside,
inside?
you're saying.
your thaumaturgy?
What do you want to do?
Didn't they pay?
Is that even doable?
Yeah, I use my thaumaturgy stud.
Okay.
I hope I don't pass out.
If you did, it's food poisoning.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, we'd
Deep
spin.
booming voice like Gandalf in the Black Speech. I say the same thing, or repeat what Crannom said.
Did they pay? Okay.
Are they not paying customers? The walls kind of shake.
Attaboy.
Everyone's kind of like, but the bronzemen don't really stop. The guy in charge is like, drag him out, get him out of here. Doesn't matter.
The guy in charge being
Outside?
a guard or
A bronzeman,
a bronzeman. Okay,
Yeah.
not somebody at the restaurant.
not somebody at the restaurant. A bronzeman is like just commanding the other bronzemen to do their job and get these.
Are they like? This is drawing a crowd.
Yes. At this point, like the homeless and stuff are starting to flee from the place.
I'm sorry, I thought this.
Yeah,
was
but
American.
this did its job, I think.
Made quite a spectacle.
At the very least, the spork is hurt, and there was
So,
an
okay.
event here.
So
Something happened.
Here's the thing. So you have your rich people. they're your top 5-10% of society or whatever. But the rest of the society isn't going to like the fact that they just threw paying customers out of this restaurant. So I think as a societal whole,
There are
this creates a very negative
reporters,
image.
which you would would be identified
People
as,
like scribing down. What's
yeah, people like
happening,
writing
things
down
that.
notes and like people like
We did our job.
taking mental pictures.
Yeah, we did our job.
I go to one. I'm like, I forget the
Can I
guy's
get
name.
my
now.
croissant
The guy we're
sous
working
vide
for.
pasta?
Dovos.
So,
I tell him, I'm like, Dovo's funded for all these people to eat here, all these poor, destitute people, and
Oh, how nice!
they threw them out, even though they had the coin to pay.
They were paying customers.
They were paying.
Yes.
They all had ample coin to pay.
Interesting. And like she starts screaming at a bronzeman, "What do you have to say
I was-
about all these people being paying customers? What kind of brutality is this? Is this how the defenders of the city treat paying customers in a restaurant?
fuck yes.
Class war!" And this guy just like, "Commander!" Just starts yelling for his commander from inside.
I'll be that guy in the background. Plus, my steak was a little underdone.
The food isn't even that
Bugs in the water.
My lobster was chewy.
My lobster was chewy.
And the reporter is like dodging and like serpentining around like bronzeman, like trying to get inside. And you hear her yell like, wasn't there a statue here? Isn't this place called the Bronze Spork? Where's the commander? I want to talk to the person in charge. I want a statement. The public has a right to know.
Yes,
I
we
say
did our
get out
job.
of here.
Yep.
I want to
guys
say
make a
that you
break
guys
for it?
should leave, but I don't know how to get back.
Do you leave
in
a
there.
tip for your waitress?
No.
I leave
No.
a card.
You leave a card.
No, it's already been. I think it's already the seed's sown.
Okay.
But we can
Yeah,
leave it.
the
I mean, we can. Leave
I want to
the
leave
card.
the card.
Yeah, leave it.
It's got bronze edges. It's got to be worth something.
It is. It's true.
Well, I just meant like so they know that.
So they know who did it.
Well, I think all the screaming is going to take care of that.
I want to try to tie that the abandoned was here too eventually. So like, whatever
Leave a belt
reputation
We
he
have the
gets.
same renown.
Yeah. So you left a belt buckle.
I left a belt buckle. There we go.
There we go. Belt buckle.
That's our MO.
A bronze
Leave a
belt
tip
buckle.
that says it's just a note. Says find a better job. Just kidding. I can't write.
Be a better server.
I put my glass upside down with the water on it.
What a dick thing to do. That's so good. Just as easy to take away too. if they
Yeah,
know
it
it's
is,
there.
but not everyone's who knows how to do it. Someone's gonna try to do it with the plate that's got the edges on it, and
Spill water everywhere.
So, do you all return to Dovos Manos office this time?
Let's
or-
do another one. Just a single.
No, I
Single
think
mix.
this is. No, I think this. I'd rather go back as a group this time.
Okay.
I think there's enough ruckus going on back there. Nobody's gonna notice.
Yeah.
All right.
Might be nice to
So
lay low
you
for
guys,
a couple
you
minutes.
guys find Dovo's man off in his office. He's seated in his chair. He's drinking a glass of something dark, and it smells like alcohol. Like even from across the room, he's like, he looks at you guys. He's like, "So what'd you guys do?"
This is a good one. This is a really good one.
Yeah, you explain.
So
this
we went to the spork, right? And we found like 80 homeless people. Just like the dregs of society, right? And we paid for them to eat there.
Okay.
And they came in, and then they were beaten and dragged out by guards.
I heard. That's not ideal.
And
My
we
name
destroyed the
is-
spork.
Oh, the spork. Okay.
And I gave them the tip of the spork.
But so the reporters were informed.
Yeah, they had a field day with it.
Okay.
The
It was
reporters were informed that you financed for these people.
Mm.
You kindly financed for these people to
Good.
enjoy a meal here. And
These goods, insight check. Are these good goods? Or like, good.
No, he's
you
gen-
fucking idiots.
He's genuinely kind of impressed because that was a very smart route to go.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it
did
looks
good.
like he's giving back to communities. Now, when you were speaking to the destitute of society, were you being fair about it? Was it like Goliath and human, or just human, or just Goliath?
I mean, I was pretty.
Anyone who was available.
I took the worst of the worst, no matter what they were.
Okay, all right. So, like it looks pretty good. It looks like he was trying to like give back to communities and stuff
Yeah.
on both sides of like the not really spoken of racial divide that's occurring in the city. And like that, people got their asses kicked and it backfired and it looked really bad. But like enough reporters were on hand that it came down looking bad on the end of the bronze men.
Not on him.
Not necessarily on him. Like he might catch some flack because like, you gross people in a fancy restaurant and like,
Yeah, but he's helping them out. He's helping the bottom of society out.
yeah.
Can you need a taste of the highlight?
Overall, I think it'll be a positive thing.
Yeah, he might take 2 steps back, but it was 5 steps forward.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Yeah,
Oh, these are great.
that was legendary.
These are incredible.
That's-
So,
that's
all right.
top.
So you took her coins, right?
Yeah. What?
now, do you guys
Oh,
want
the
to stop
coins?
here for the night, or do you want to do one more thing?
Do one more.
I think we've. Or do you want to stir all the shit for the night?
I want to stir all the shit for the night.
Okay.
We're on a roll.
This one's completely optional. We can end the scenario here, and everything's fine, and you guys can have the.
No, let's do it.
You want to do it?
Fuck yeah.
We're on
Okay.
a roll.
I'm good for it.
He's
So-
given us a lot in return. So
Yeah.
So
Let's make sure it's done right.
this this third one, I'm not proud of.
Well, we're not either. You'll be proud of us what we come up with, though.
I hope.
Don't you worry about that.
He takes a deep breath and he says, "I'm not gonna lie. This is a little more personal. When I first came to the city about a decade ago, like I think it was like 8 or 9 years ago, I was a little younger. I was a little stupider and a little bit rougher around the edges. I was flush from winning the games. I had money coming out of every hole. This was before I got into politics. That was only a couple of years ago that I got into politics. I had a reputation as a drinker, a troublemaker, a brawler. I was a hot shit from the desert, and I was gonna run this fucking city. There was a bronzeman that went out of his way to keep an eye on me. Took every opportunity to arrest me and mention it to the papers and the criers and that sort of thing. Once I got into politics, every citation, every stay in jail, every record of every stupid thing I'd done for the past 4 years wound up in the papers, spoken of by the criers. Now, his name's Callan Harmo, which you remember hearing someone yell at the bronze or the brass spork. He was the guy with the red plume and the 2 bronze-colored plumes.
Did we meet him at the gate too?
No, that's a different guy. That's a different commander.
I just making sure.
I mean, we already kind of made him look bad, so.
I want you to do something similar to him. He's older now, so he doesn't do patrols. He's a garrison commander for a barracks over on Gleaming Gong Way, which is 3 streets up from Bronze Tortoise Avenue. It's kind of in their area.
Damn, we already made the bronzeman look pretty bad
We
tonight.
built a wall around the restaurant. Keep the police, the people safe from the police.
Wow.
I want you to embarrass him.
Millen's gonna pay for it.
Rough him up, leave him in an alley covered in
Right. No one
booze.
is
Oh
gonna
my
pay
god.
for it.
Rough him up, leave him in an alley covered in booze, put him to sleep, strip him naked, something, anything to make him look, anything embarrassing that's going to make him look bad.
So, so he won't get involved in any day-to-day affairs out on the streets anymore.
Well, if we hurry, we can probably get to his house before he does. Because he was at
Yes,
he was at the restaurant.
He was over at the restaurant because that was a big enough deal that it would pull him.
So when he gets in nice and late,
He might have some
We
skeletons
can-
in his closet somewhere.
we can jump him and not hurt
Be
him,
like sit in
And
the
not
dark.
hurt him.
but knock him out
Knock him
and
out.
leave him somewhere drunk.
Yes.
Seems easy. This seems easy. We can do this.
We'll wait for him in his house, right?
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
know
we'll just
if
go
he
into his
has
house
a-
and wait.
If he has a significant other, is that something that
It's not-
Dobos would know?
He's
He's married to the force.
he's married to the forest. Yes. That's what Dobos would tell you.
Because I really like the idea. Just we wait inside a dark room
Yeah.
for him. Wait for him to get
In
home.
spinny chairs.
In spinny chairs. And when he comes in, I flick on my spear.
You just spin around. Hello. You do an over rotation though, and you have to.
He
I
comes
mean,
in,
Dobos
all of
tells
us
you
are swinging back and
He
forth.
pretty
and
much
six
lives at the
chairs.
barracks.
So he might not go to his house.
He might not even have a
It's
house.
intimidating.
He might, you know,
May not even have a house.
yeah, he might. stay
Married to the force.
Married to the force.
Damn. So how do we? If
He's got an
he's
office.
You can
Kind
probably
of
just grab
like,
the
it's kind of
shadows.
like, you know, like
I could grab
soldiers
to the shadows,
sleeping
you're right.
on bases.
I'm stupid.
You know, sometimes they have houses on base property. Sometimes they don't.
But I have
sometimes
to
they live
get
in
right
base.
if I'm in there. I mean,
He'd have an office. somewhere.
He has an office at the barracks.
does he sleep in his office? Does he have like? He probably has his own room. He lives in a barracks, but it's like
Long story short, I don't want to go to the barracks.
right. That's I think that's. But I don't know that we'll be able to get him outside the barracks because he's probably walking back with God knows how many guards back to the barracks.
That's still less guards than are going to be at the barracks.
But if he has an office, once he goes to sleep, I can jump in there and grab him like the boogeyman.
That's true. That's true. What if he dies?
Can I take him?
What if he dies?
like an
on
older
the
guy,
show?
but
He's an old. He shouldn't die. He's an old guard. Been doing this for quite a few years. You'd think, maybe.
He's probably at least level 2 or 3.
Oh.
I can take him.
What level was Arter?
Arter wasn't even leveled. I think he was just an old dude.
No, he didn't have any levels.
I wouldn't chance it. Ripping him through the shadow realm.
You go in. Now you tell us the room. We cut a hole in the wall, drag him out.
What could we do with him in the barracks that would embarrass him in front of all of the other guardsmen?
Ooh.
Hang us on to wrap the flagpole? I don't know.
Let's just pack his room full of floozies.
He's got to have some sort of
We duct
skeleton in
tape
his
him-
closet
duct tape him
somewhere.
to
He's
the
got a
wall.
vice, something.
I actually like where he's going with this. Put a bunch of floozies in his room.
But
like, what if
Guards
what
might
if-
not care about that. They probably partake.
Yeah, they might. You might be right.
There are prostitutes available in the city.
Yeah, but they
The
make-
difference between sanctioned prostitution and unsanctioned prostitution is a matter of fetishes and payment and how much you can do to
We
them.
get the weirdest fetish
was
unsanctioned prostitutes, and then we say, "Hey, Captain What's His Nuts bought the entire garrison a weird
I
ass
was-
prostitute for the night."
They might like him more.
I know, but yeah,
This
but that's
guy's
like
crazy.
That's like fucked because they're unsanctioned. He should be stopping that shit, not promoting it.
Was it legal or just unsanctioned?
Well, there are forms of legal prostitution and forms that are not legal. Like child pornography is still illegal. Is still illegal in this world. But there are still child pornography rings.
Kind of. I can't know. Yeah.
That would smear
We
him.
need some
And they're
information
illegal.
on him.
So you just
I think we
plant
need some
child porn on his
information
hard
on
drive?
Yeah,
what
you
if
can do that.
What if we planted shit in his office like drugs, and then tip someone off? Hey, you should probably go check his room. Like,
The problem is, so we plant something like child porn, and we're going to be linking it back to. He doesn't want that. He doesn't need this one linked to him. He just wants to embarrass him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is
I'm much
nasty.
more okay with being linked to hard drives than I am child porn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Dom was like, nah, probably not that one.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Man, if Canathar was here.
Are there like
This is Canathar's area of expertise.
intervenes? Like, do people just like shoot up, or is it all
Heroin?
smoked? Yeah,
Yeah, there's heroin.
with needles and everything.
I mean,
Or like, how do they?
yeah, there's heroin with needles.
We could get him high. We could get him high without him wanting to be high, right?
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
what I'm
that's
getting at. So what if we just leave him all strung out on heroin, and then in the morning somebody finds him just higher than a friggin' kite,
Yeah, that's true too.
And naked.
pants around his ankles. I don't know.
We had Canathar's
With
cactus.
the spork head in his butt.
We gave it to Davos. We're gonna have to get it back.
You gave it to Davos?
I gave
Oh,
it
you
to
did? Man, I want to
Davos
keep that
was-
shit.
It's Dovos.
Davos
It's not
would-
Davos.
Davos
It's not Davos. C-word.
Onion
It is now.
Davos, if to embarrass this guy, I think he'd be perfectly fine with it.
Hey, can we have that? We're gonna put it in his butt. It's a whole thing. We have a
Prison
plan.
wallet.
It's kind of a thing.
I should put it in my prison wallet.
Oh dear. We got a whole plan. It's all.
I mean, or we could just like wrap it in his hand, and someone could find him. Like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, we can
I
probably.
don't know.
have, like,
That's probably
photographs?
that's probably actually not a very good like sign of someone. How many bronze sporks do you think are in this freaking place?
Only one that big.
Are
Oh,
Is
okay.
there like photographs, like in this world? Like, is there a way to take like pictures or
No.
no?
There's paintings, but and magic.
Let's do a painting of him strung out on heroin.
No, I was gonna see if we could get some of the prostitutes that went in the thing before, get evidence of him having involvement with the ones that he beat. You know, because they're gonna want to hurt him too.
How
Oh, I like
I
that.
don't
I
know.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know.
Heck, they'd probably
But-
do it for free.
So the thing about getting him strung out on heroin and stuff is we still have to get him alone.
I could just jump in there and inject him while he's sleeping.
Yeah, but then he might just be in there and no one will ever know because
Someone's got to wake him up in the morning.
Maybe. He might be one of those.
I'll leave the door cracked.
He might be one of those old farts that gets up before everyone else.
Well, if somebody wakes up before him, they'll think it's weird then.
Yeah.
well, if he's that much of an asshole though, no one's gonna want to go wake him up.
He might not be an asshole.
Or we just OD him then.
He doesn't want him dead.
He brings up a good point. This is meta. It's really easy to overdose someone on heroin. Like, really easy to where they die.
It's true.
All right, so
Like,
we'll spend the next month finding out the correct dosage.
We're injecting with a little bit of heroin at a time.
We'll get someone his exact weight and health and age.
Everyone has advantage on constitution checks in the city.
That's a see. We have that.
And resistance to poison damage and necrotic damage.
What's more dangerous, heroin or heroin?
Heroin. Depending on his mood.
there's gotta be someone we can. We got to get more info. I think what's gonna help more is get more info on him. He's got to have. He can't just be only police officer all the time. He's gonna have something that.
How well did you develop this character, Clint?
I don't know. Test me, son.
Is he only a police officer?
Pretty much.
Married to the Force.
Married to the Force.
Married to the Force, divorced from the Force, remarried to the Force, had 2 kids with the Force.
Did you know he's a firefighter?
Can he use the force?
You can't use the Force.
Does he have 2 jobs? Because I heard he is also a butt pirate.
That's fine. That's acceptable. There's nothing wrong with that in culture.
I was gonna say I don't know how that's
What about
done.
getting
What if we
a-
just did that? Like, set a male prostitute and like I'm
It
here
depends
for-
on how that is in the public eye.
I'm here for so and so.
What if we do an alter self?
It's not
Like frowned upon?
it's not frowned upon in the culture, but like there are still like elements of the culture that are like just like our country. Like it's generally accepted, but there are portions of the community
Like maybe
and
the
culture
higher
that are
ups?
like no.
What
Like
about,
maybe the higher ups would frown on it in the public eye or something?
It would be more likely that his men would think he's a sissy.
That could be good.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That could be perfect.
We could get an alter self.
Or we just skip the prostitute and we put his bronze baton in his butt, and then we just leave him passed out.
Wow. Bronze baton in the butt.
We were gonna
In
put
the
a
street.
fork up there anyways.
Spork.
You're right.
What about getting
You
an
didn't
alter
have
self?
time.
You guys left, just like for my personal benefit, you guys left mattress at like the pirouetting Palomino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been here the whole time, just like fuck.
What if we got an alter self stud? Make ourselves look like him going to some irreputable places.
That's actually probably the easiest thing to do.
And then he has to investigate it.
How expensive is that?
I don't know. It's a first level spell.
Oh, is it?
Cheaper to have someone alter self you.
Yeah.
Unless you want an alter self stuff.
Okay, well
But then we
let's have someone alter. Well, then
then
someone
I
it
just
does-
remember
can be
this.
tracked back to us. Yeah.
I have a silence stud and an invisibility stud.
You fucking do.
So are you suggesting that we steal an alter self stud?
I don't disagree with that.
I don't
not
know.
bad.
Dom will feel about that.
I'm not thieving.
He comes back
I've
in
given
the
you
morning.
the
He has
tools.
the world.
I wouldn't put these tools in the world if you weren't supposed to use them.
We go to a stud shop. We take the shop.
The whole
Take
thing.
the shot. Okay.
Just clean it out.
Just dive into a bucket of them.
A tune!
How'd you die in Clint's last campaign? Well,
Max,
I dove into a pile of
stuff
studs like Scrooge McDuck.
All right, someone make a decision. What do you do right now?
Alter
I say
self.
we go
I
to
like
the
the alter
barracks.
self.
What?
I say we go to the barracks and we chill out in front of it. Okay. Just as like, so we're nearby. So if
He
he
knows what it
walks
looks
up while we're having these conversations, oh, there we know
We're
he's here.
arguing out of frame, and he's
Do
like,
you use heroin?
Could we get some guards drunk and maybe they get a little loose-lipped?
yeah, easily. Well, I don't know if you get loose lip easy, but
you could get him
They're,
drunk. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, they've had a rough day. They look really bad in the public. They're drinking.
It is about 1 a.m. now. You're at the barracks. There
We
are
could
still
cause
lights
a-
on in the lower floor.
We could
And
cause
they're-
another commotion.
There is
And then
drinking
go to the
and rowdiness going on. Like you can hear like people blowing off steam in the first floor.
while we're waiting, I'm talking to Uriel, and I'm like, so what if we carve like homeless person beater upper into the
Can you spell that?
barracks?
Is that words?
Is that a lot of letters?
So while you guys are scoping this place out, you see an older human that you recognize from the brass spork smoking a cigar up on top of this 2-story building that you've identified as the barracks.
So we swap the cigar out for.
I literally. Are we like underneath him? Could we be underneath him?
If you wanted to.
I just say, all right, you guys catch him, and I jump into
I
the
was
shadows
gonna
behind
say
him.
Yep. I ready to catch him. I was gonna say that.
Okay, all right, we're gonna get him.
Oh my.
All right, you step into shadows.
I use the silence.
Okay.
Silence stud.
Okay.
Oh, that's good because when he falls into
So you identify the shadow. You hurl your spear through to like. Are you?
Oh no, I meant to jump into his shadow and push him over the balcony.
Okay. You identify the shadow. You throw your spear through. It latches onto like something. I don't know. It's a harpoon. It hooks on something.
Right.
There's a railing he's leaning against, and he's like, "What?" And you take 4. You take 9 cold damage. But you come through. Now make a strength athletics check
Oh man.
with advantage.
Yeah.
Come on, no whammies.
It's got to be one of the coolest magic items in this game.
Well, that's a natural one, so we'll throw that one away. 14.
14.
God damn it! It's my.
Caught him
it's
off
like,
guard. I mean,
All right.
Oh, thank God.
He yells as he falls, but then he gets into the silence area, and
Nice.
do you catch him?
Do you guys catch him?
I mean, do we gotta?
What are we rolling?
I don't know. What do you?
I just said
what
catch
you're
him
rolling.
and ran for
What
it.
are you rolling to catch him?
Are we rolling like athletics?
Sure, roll athletics. Roll strength athletics. Anyone wants to
16.
I have my arms crossed.
16.
16.
I might have actually beat you, and I'm
I
not
had
strong.
I have +8, so that's how bad
Well, I
I
only
rolled.
rolled a
I rolled a
50, and I have
16
a
plus
lot.
something. I don't know my.
Okay. So, Cassius, Crannom almost catches it. Like, Cassius and Crannom are like, oh. And, like, Crannom is a little off, but Cassius manages to catch him fully. But then, like, crumples to the ground under the weight of this 250 man.
Saying 250's fat.
No,
he's
big and
he
he's
fell
muscular.
2 stories.
Is
And he
he
fell 2 stories.
is he wearing any armor right now?
Just like it looks like he took off the breastplate, but he's still got like the greaves on.
Was I able to find the thorn whip cantrip?
Do you look?
We've
How many
been-
hours do you look?
We've been never mind because we haven't had the chance. So no.
Yeah.
I take my shield and
Unless
I
I
smack him on the
unless I
head.
like walk.
That's a good idea. That's a good start.
Okay. All right. He's out.
I jump back down, but like through shadow again.
Okay.
Because I don't need to be caught.
13 cold damage.
Okay. This is going well.
Was it a
And you
D10?
notice like you're
Every
pretty
10 feet?
sure like this place is blackstone covered in bronze. Like that's what it is. It's got 2 huge banners on the front of it facing the street of like an armored like bronzeman type figure with like a shield and a spear and stuff, like one on each side, and there's the door here. And like it's definitely covered in blackstone, and like there's a definite like when you're shadow jumping, there's a definite like like around like the blackstone walls. Like you had to like find a way to like dive through shadow around them. Like they were definitely an
You can't go
impediment.
through it.
You can't go through it.
Okay.
So,
That's good to know.
how busy is the city like main square at night? Like is it like New York where there's always people like
Yeah, there's
crowds
always
of people
people
everywhere, or is
Cities
it
kind of
like,
operate 24 hours just because like night's so short.
Is there
because
like
we can't
an
really
alley behind this
string him
building
up
then?
somewhere?
Yeah, there's a training yard back there that's kind of like in between like 4 buildings.
Because my plan was we could string him up in the middle of the square somewhere with the spork in on his person, in his prison wallet, wherever we want to put it.
Oh god, prison wallet. Just watched Deadpool tonight.
Well, I say he's knocked out, right?
He's knocked out.
Let's just pour all the booze we have all over him
Okay.
and just walk by, like put him in a wagon and just dump him in the square and then drive away.
So the dragons crawl off Carnon's shoulders. Try to take a bite of him.
Stop him! He'll die.
Same thing. I try to bait him back with the bugs, the beetles. Stick my hand in front of him and bait him back.
Smoog, kind of like bites a beetle in half. Chews a little bit. Bites him.
Of course he does.
Do you react? What do you do in response to that?
I grab him. I grab Smook.
Okay.
I try to pull him back.
Okay. He's tiny. You get him. You grab him. And do you like slap him? Do you like yell at him? Do you raise your voice, or just like plop him back on your shoulder?
Nope. Plop him back on the shoulder.
Make sure
Give him
you
a beetle.
Give him a beetle. Okay.
Yep. I can't let him.
I mean, you don't want him to be scared of you, but you also need to be firm.
Nope. There's a method to this madness. Just trust me.
I think dragons.
All right,
respect
these are
strength.
your dragons. These are your dragons. I'm gonna let you raise them.
They
the way
don't
you want.
respect strength at all.
Well, I'm gonna use my healing stud on him then, and then we'll have to knock him out again, most likely.
Yeah, he takes some damage.
We can just-
But not much because everyone has resistant poison.
Okay, so he's not like
He's not dying.
He's not dying.
Like, he's
Okay,
got a
that's
little
fine.
itty bitty bite like on his hand. Like clearly he was bit by some kind of lizard, and like it's starting to get really red and inflamed and a little black because that's what happens to dragon bites. But it's not like his hand rots off immediately.
I mean, if we're gonna dump him somewhere though, it might be better if he's found perfectly healthy though, because if he's got a
Probably.
bite on him, then
Yeah.
they'll be like, well, he was obviously bitten.
There are dragons in the city. Panic.
And a dragon can be traced back to one of one people, the dragon guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to worry about it.
There's that dragon guy walking around the city with 2 dragons. Who
And
does
the
that?
black stone armor that
Yeah, so let's heal him.
Okay.
I think it's a
you
good
heal.
idea.
Want to use my dagger?
Your dagger of healing.
I do have a dagger of healing. I tried to make a pendant with an obsidian dagger. And
Whoever
it
heals
failed.
him is fine. No misfires from the studs.
Yeah, so let's just douse him in booze and drop him naked in the square, right outside the big temple, the mirror tower of mirrors.
Strip him naked. Yes.
Or would it be better if he's found somewhere more
I mean, the tower
organic? You know, where he would end up drunk.
No, because I feel like that's most likely for most political figures to show up.
And I want it just because of the way, the
What if he's
ruling
found
was
at the ziggurat?
worded. I want it to be clear that
Tower
I'm
of
not
Mirrors.
Yeah, that's what I was
panicking
thinking.
when I'm
But
doing
then
these.
I was also thinking like maybe
I'm
better
just
if they just
feeding him,
find it like
just calmly
okay, he
throwing
got
him a
drunk
beetle.
and he ended up in the
Not
street right
spazzing
outside
out
face
or-
down. You know what I mean?
Nope, just
like,
picking and pulling him
100
back,
feet from
sitting on my
Bears
shoulder,
instead of
tossing him beetle.
3 blocks. you know.
Unflappable.
Yep.
But you can walk
I
through
don't wanna
blocks
be
drunk
good.
and naked.
Good plan.
I don't think we should do it next to the barracks, because then if someone sees him, they're just gonna take him right to the barracks. Whereas,
Yeah.
like in the street, people are gonna see him.
And he has to do a big shame walk.
That's what I was thinking in the ziggurat where
Shame.
his employers see him.
Yeah, let's just drop him right out in front. Well, not right in front because there's guards, but like ziggurat adjacent.
Do you like take his greaves and like tie them together and like throw them up over an electricity? Like have them
Poor guy.
Actually, I read somewhere that
Kind of a dick.
that means something
Yeah, it
in
does.
some areas. Different color shoes, different brands mean different things.
Yeah, it's a gang sign. It's usually
Is there anything about
What's
his armor that's
available on the
specific
block?
to him?
What's that?
So is there anything about his armor that's like specifically his? Like
He took off most of
fancy
his arm. The only thing he had on was like his greaves, like the lower portion.
Are they nice?
Ooh,
They're-
we should
they're
have snagged
fancy
his
bronze
helmet.
greaves that are easily identified.
They're not Blackstone.
No, they're not Blackstone.
Does he have?
Okay, I was hacked.
What's he have on his purse? I search him.
If he lost,
It's got a couple coins. He's got
Are we-
like a
I mean, are
bronze badge. That
Are we
says
stringing him
Can I
up
take it?
naked?
What?
That's
We're
what I
stringing him
read.
up naked, right?
I take his bag.
I don't think we're stringing him up. We're just gonna
You
leave
got
him.
a bronzeman's badge.
Well, naked though, right?
Yeah, covered in booze.
Commander.
Bent over.
What's his last name?
Bent over.
Yeah, he's
With a
got to
spork
be
in his
Face down,
ass.
ass up.
maybe with a bottle in his ass.
Maybe not in his ass, but in his hand for sure.
I mean, that'd be
Commander
more
Harmel.
effective.
Bottle in the
You
other
get
That's what it says on it. Badge number 2256.
a suppository,
Belt
and that's more
buckle,
effective.
What's
That's
suppository?
factual.
Because I'm not gonna.
Well, I plan on giving it to.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
mean,
an image.
all the kids were doing that for a long time.
I must
dumping
like it-
alcohol. up
Is
their
it something I
assholes.
could actually use?
No, we
Like,
don't do the belt.
I feel like it's not.
Oh, this stuff goes so dark.
I mean, you don't have any other components of being a bronzeman, so
No.
maybe not.
Stuff goes
Yeah.
dark.
What are you guys doing to this guy?
I mean,
We're standing here holding
just,
this.
I mean, I think
Where do we
just,
take him? What should we do with him? Oh God, a dragon bit him. What are we gonna do?
I mean, we just
Leave him
drop
down,
off
face
somewhere,
down, ass up.
somewhere
in front of the
fairly
ziggurat.
public.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like I said, leave him in front of the ziggurat.
Yeah.
Cover in booze,
So let's
beer bottle.
let's strip him completely naked.
Yep.
Put him in a cloak so we can get one clothing item off him, right?
Okay.
Because we don't want to carry a naked guy. We
Right.
don't want to carry a captain of the guard either.
Right.
So 2 things we don't want to be seen doing.
Okay.
Well, we really don't want to be seen.
Do you leave his bronze greaves on when you strip him naked?
Just
No.
pitch him against the.
No.
Okay.
Maybe then people will know he's a bronze
Do you
guard.
still have your iron
begin
ones? Or your other ones from your other armor?
No, so.
Oh shit!
does
Yeah,
he-
you're right.
Does he have any kind of helmet?
He
or
should have
anything?
some sort of.
No.
What if we leave his helmet
The only
on?
piece of armor he like
He doesn't have a helmet.
He-
It was
his
just
helmet's in his
sleeves and
room.
just
was in
clothing.
his office, kind of
got
relaxing
his
before he
badge.
went up to smoke. So everything was
He's
mostly.
got his
All he
badge.
had on
That
was-
would
I took
be.
his
That
badge.
would be.
Yeah, his badge.
Yeah,
Is there
He's got
any
his
kind of
badge.
like a? Is there like a?
He's got his badge.
So yeah, his badge. Yeah, leave his badge sitting next to him.
Pin
That's
it to
fine.
his
I didn't know
skin.
you had that.
No, I took it.
I took it. It's in my person pocket.
Chris Wallet.
Okay, well, I mean, is there any other kind of an image thing?
His
that-
hat is his most.
prominent thing.
Yeah, his feathers.
But that's back, and you got to take damage to get those again.
I could do it. All right, let me jet up there real quick one more time.
I can leave the badge next to him. I mean,
Is
I
his
plan on
hat?
giving it
Is his
to-
hat in his room?
What else she had?
If I jump up there, can I look first through the shadow to see
You
if I
can't
can
get in there. It's completely enclosed by Blackstone.
I say we just leave the greaves next to him,
Oh, there was like a door.
like just kind of
That he was
piled, like he
smoking
took them
off of?
off, so they see the bronze.
There's a
That
metal
would be
ladder
just as
going up
equal.
to the roof, which is apparently a smoking spot,
Ah.
and there's a front entrance and a back entrance.
I actually think,
Shit. All right. Well,
like
let's just
Andrew
go.
said, that's
We got
probably
him.
the best.
We'll
thing
leave
to
his
do.
we'll leave his greaves on and. go
No,
from
don't leave him on him. Leave him next to him.
there. Either way, as long as people can identify that he's a bronze.
You got to
woman,
make it as most humiliating as possible. He's got to be naked.
But we want him. We want him to look organic, though. You know, if he got dumped there with his greaves next to him, it doesn't look like he
All right,
wandered there
So
drunk.
then we put like a stamp on him that says free range organic.
Clearly, non-GMO is the correct
Yep.
stance.
Dom
my
can
God.
write it on him.
Yeah, Tom was great at writing.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we just gotta make a decision.
Yeah.
I think we
let's-
put his greaves next to him and just leave him naked somewhere with alcohol over him.
Fine with me.
That's my.
Somebody will find him.
Cool.
They'll know who
Are
he
we
is.
giving him the spork or no?
No, I don't think we ever.
No,
got
we
this
gave
part
that
again.
to
Okay.
Dildos.
Dildos, yeah.
Yep, we're doing that.
All right.
Yep.
Drop him in the square naked.
Walk back
Covered
to
in booze.
Dildos' place.
Covered in booze?
Go to
Yep.
sleep.
With his badge
Yep.
and his
Well,
greaves.
No,
His badge?
his
You want
badge.
his badge? I was gonna give it to Davos, but I
Alright.
don't really care.
You do that.
Yeah, we'll give it to Davos. He'll like it.
Do you hit him on the head a little again to like make sure he's unconscious to like where like people will see him?
Yeah.
Like there are people here now, but like just to get maximum exposure, like
Just
like,
give him a good one. One more.
All right.
Yep.
He didn't die.
Oh, he has advantage.
Okay.
he's nice and
He
knocked
rolled a
out.
16 that time.
Perfect.
Okay, so we go back to Dobos'
Okay.
office and go to sleep, probably.
Go sleep.
Go to sleep.
Go sleep.
Do you give him the badge? Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to keep it for weird
Not
reasons. Associated with this weird
That might
night.
come in handy.
This
when you
weird
have to
fucking
help
night you
yourself.
guys are doing.
I want a souvenir for everyone we torture.
Wow, that's fucked.
So
Give me a calling
you
card.
come back. It's like, well, you tell him like everything you did, and like you got bit by a dragon, and then we snuck it, and we got it, but we left him naked, covered in booze. All right, that'll work. He takes the badge and okay, this will work. I think this will work. I think. All right.
They're gonna try to kill me now, yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna try and kill me now.
Great.
Huh. All right.
Is there anything you need from us?
No, I don't think so. I think we got pretty much everything well where it needs to be.
Are you prepared for people to attack you?
You want me to spar with you real quick?
Yeah, I think I can handle it. I think I can.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure, you can.
I mean, do you want us to shadow you and not let it get too crazy?
Pun intended. Shadow Blade.
You kind of, and like part of him like really wants to be like, nah, fine. But there's also an element of like, holy fuck, I really.
What if I do die?
What if? He's like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Everything's under control. I'll be fine. This is all part of my
I
plan.
want this guy to die.
It's all
Yeah,
part of my
yeah.
plan.
He's not gonna die. He's a legend. He's the
Yeah,
ghost.
but he had the robe and the.
And he kind of holds up the cloak and the hilt like.
Ah.
Yeah. So
He tosses the sword hilt at you guys.
Whoever grabs it gets tendrilled.
No, it's fine. It's just this surprisingly lightweight like black metal hilt. And this little tendril of shadow.
So like a.
The way you keep it solid is you make a wisdom saving throw. It's only DC 12 though.
So he could go to hit somebody and it could go away.
I'm guessing that does a shit ton of damage then.
so we
Not a
can.
shit ton.
Oh.
What was the?
But it has the wisdom
can
saving
keep
throw.
Do you want to know its powers?
Yeah.
Before you decide who has it.
I want to know its powers. But I think you real should have it.
Yeah,
He doesn't have any artifacts yet.
So
that's true.
it has the light, finesse, and versatile properties.
Oh.
1d10 damage or 2d6 if you use it in two hands.
Oh, that's up there.
But it doesn't benefit from strength bonus. You can only apply your dexterity bonus to it because it's really super lightweight. However, it deals force damage. It ignores AC bonuses from armor, shields, as well as armor abilities that do not rely on dex. So it ignores like the Barbarian Constitution AC ability or the AC bonus from being a
monk.
Dragonborn. No, because
Dex.
that one I lump in with that one I would lump in with wisdom and dexterity because that's about dodging, not about being tough and taking the blow. So, it ignores physical armor basically. Unless it's magical, and then only the magical pluses apply. So like +1 studded leather armor only applies a +1 to AC.
That's
plus-
awesome. That means
plus
half
check
your
points.
target's like 11 AC then.
And
Yeah,
it counts as
literally
magical,
like every single
adamantine,
swing.
whatever. It counts as everything for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. Like a lot of golems can only be damaged by magical weapons. This would just... But yeah. But you have to make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw at the start of each turn to keep it like focused up into that glassy black, like sky look blade. Otherwise, it's just a little shadow whip that's completely useless.
Does
I mean, it looks cool, right?
Does it have an effect to look like when enemies look at it?
I don't know. You would have to try.
Okay.
You don't like. You feel like maybe you can leverage that in battle, but like,
Hey, look at this.
You throw it to somebody, they catch it.
What does the cloak do?
the cloak does some things. Now, who takes the cloak though?
I
I don't know.
I mean, I want to take it, but Crannom's not here, or Canathar's not here rather, and he's kind of lacking in items too.
It's true.
I think it should go to him,
Okay.
but I mean, we'll leave it open until he can get some way in
Who
on
puts
it.
on the cloak right now?
I'll put it on.
Okay. So you shrug into this cloak, and it's a big, like I said, it's a big triangular piece of like tanned leather, and it kind of rests against your shoulders, and like you put like you tie the leather ties and the leather ties and the leather ties, and like you feel those leather ties start to squirm against your body, and like you can feel the leather ties like almost like a pseudopod like tear through clothing, and then burrow into your skin. So, like, when you look at your forearm, like this,
So like a stud would do.
kind of, but it's more like fleshy and muscly, like your skin around, like where this leather thong is burrowed in, has become all like calloused and scaly, kind of. And you feel like a tingle in your blood,
Just in your blood.
just in your blood, which is easily identifiable because it has nerve endings.
My blood feels funny.
Blood nerve endings.
My blood nerve endings feel funny. Where'd it go? Where did
He's
that?
getting just accustomed to having things like put him in pain. Just,
Having weird things happen.
Oh, he's gonna become
So-
a sadomasochist.
So,
he basically already is.
one of two things happens. The cloak provides either a base AC of 14, or if it's worn with like other armor or like an armor ability like the monk or barbarian, it just gives a +1 AC. It also confers a +1 to all saving throws.
Nice.
When you drape it around your body, you have advantage on Constitution saving throws against anything involving poison and necrotic damage. You also have resistance against poison and necrotic damage. However, when it's attached to someone that has imbibed the blood of everlasting spring, which you guys have, it burrows into you like that.
So it wouldn't burrow into Dovos.
No, it wouldn't burrow into Dovos. That's something new, and it would be surprising if you were doing it in front of him.
Okay.
So, as you're moving around, and like the cloak itself is kind of flexing and like moving, almost like a manta ray, like on your across your shoulders, like it's doing things independently of the way you're moving. It's kind of alive.
Doctor Strange.
Okay. So
It's not super impressive, but it does some
it's
stuff.
kind of like the cloak of the Manta Ray mixed with the cloak of protection,
Kind of.
essentially, meta-wise.
It's got some unspoken things that you're not going to find out about until it does.
I was about to say, like, what benefit does burrowing into you have? But that answers it. I'm sure. It just also
Can-
burrows into you.
Can I take it off?
Do you try?
Yeah.
Yeah, it pops off.
Okay.
It's kind of like, hey, you're kind of like, I better take this off, and kind of like,
Well,
alright,
yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
fine.
as a side note,
be like that.
well, I think it's cool. I really want
I
to
like
put it on, but I think that Canathar missing. He should get something at least.
When you,
What
when
does
you
he
guys
play
that were
anymore?
watching him,
Is he a fighter?
when it started to burrow into his neck and his like skin and stuff, like the triangle, the triangle look to it, the top of the triangle, the point of the triangle, I guess you would call it, kind of became more tail-like. Like almost like it elongated in a subtle way.
Like a dragon?
Like it can
Like a
fly.
tail? Like a lizard tail?
Like you can fly with it.
Jump off the mirror tower.
I guess I'll try give it a shot. I'll jump out the window.
No. This is how we lose our first party member, splatting.
You're on floor 14.
Splat, Kyle.
God, lantern to heal you.
What's that?
I pray to God you can
The
fly.
floor's 10 feet.
15 feet probably.
I pray you can fly, Kyle. I really, really.
It's okay. There aren't any windows in the office.
Okay, good.
That's 210 feet.
Oh. So that's a D6
21
every 10
d6 damage. No.
You could probably survive.
There's probably access to the very top, which will give you the most time to figure out flying.
That's true. All right, we're gonna call it for tonight.
Thank you. That's good. I'm getting a little tired, man.
So yeah, that was
That was the thing.
the thing
was
that
fun.
happened.
That was good.
That was fun.
All those. My